Hello my fellow Archons, and welcome. We are here. KFPL 5, 4th qualifier event. Welcome. We got some intense KeyForge gameplay coming up. Let me just make sure that my stream is looking aight. Just should be. Heck yeah, looking real good. So here we are. Qualifier event number 4. So the format for today is 2-deck Archon survival. So you bring 2 decks, and then you just have to survive as long as you can with those 2 decks. Once you lose with your first deck, then you have to move on to your second deck. Once you lose with your second deck, then you're out of the tournament. Alright. And then you have to play with the decks in the order that you gave. So you have 2 decks, and you have deck 1 and deck 2. First you play with deck 1, and then once you lose with that one, you play with deck 2. Simple as that. And this is just straight up Archon, no SAS cap or anything like that. So you just bring the best of the best of the best of what you have. And you just play, and you compete. And let me just say, this sort of format will bring the heat. There are some intense, very intense decks out there that we'll get to see pitted against each other. Got my mason jar of water here. Gotta stay hydrated, Archons. And this is approximately what things are looking like right now. We do have an even 16 competitors, which is really nice. So we're not gonna have any buy rounds unless people join last minute, which is definitely possible. But the way it's looking right now, we're gonna have an even 16 players. Looks like we got Rikuns, Lorenzo 99, yours truly, Tranhoibao, Yolker 41, Dave Cordero, X-Ray Creator, Grolami, Drazkor, Kidman XDX, Brobnar 89, Dinobot, the one and only, Jeffrey PP, Logan Composer, Karen herself, and JG314. So we got some intense competition as well. Alright, so looks like round 1 is up on challenge. Top player makes the game. All passwords are right there. All clocks are set to 40 minutes. And so it begins. Let's refresh right here real quick. Get the final matchups and everything. At least they should be up on challenge here pretty quick. Alrighty. So it looks like we got a number of options for matches that we might want to spectate. Anybody have any preferences as to which match we watch first? If not, then we'll just hop into one here pretty quick. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. We could hop into, whoa, what did I just click on? We could hop into, let's hop into Drazkor versus Kidman XDX. Drazkor is actually my team captain for the ABR League, Season 8 here. So I gotta see what he's up to. Let's hop into this one. Alright, so Drazkor's first deck, I guess we can look at them once we actually get into the match, but Drazkor, where is Drazkor? There we go. Drazkor's first deck, we've got this obnoxious looking mass mutation 85 SAS with a Dark Ember Vault in the disc, Deuceless. Alright, we'll look into it a little bit closer once we get in there. Alright, and we are into the match. And then versus Kidman XDX. His first deck. Ooh, A 74 SAS Coda with a lot of nasty stuff going on in there. The 40-minute clock has started. Oh, thank you. Swindles, Dust Chronicles, Karen. Good luck in the in your matches today. I think it'll be a really fun day of KeyForge. Alright, Kidman XDX starting out with the Mind Warper. I really wish my card images would load here. I'm gonna refresh real quick. Hopefully that'll help make the card images load in. Alrighty. I'll close out of that. Maybe that'll help. Alright, so Drazcor throws down the Drekker. Wow, both the Infurnaces came down really early. There we go, now stuff is loading in. And the Lash of Broken Dreams. What are we? Whoa, whoa. What is happening? Dark Ember Vault dropped early. Alright, so what does Drazcor have? Mark of this, Double Waking Nightmare, Dark Ember Vault with a double Infurnace. Painmail is a fun card. Logos, we have the Diametric Charge. Ooh, an Autovac 5150. That's a really good card. Daughter, Oddclawed, Cronus. Providing some draws. Double Prefectus Ludo. We got the Ducelus. Very interesting. Axiom. Defense Initiative. Some other good stuff. It's a pretty solid looking Mass Mutation deck. It's cool to see some gigantic creature representation in competitive formats like this. And then Kidman's deck, we've got the Gateway, the Lash, Library, Charette, Guilty Hearts. Hold on a minute. Guilty Hearts will be interesting against the Duceless, I think. Yeah, it would be, actually. Shadows has the Bait and Switch, Double Miasma, Ghostly Hand, Double Relentless Whispers, some other solid Shadow stuff, Double Tunk, Mind Warper, Chuff 8, Double Deep Probe. Oh, Double Deep Probe. Dang. Double Ammonia Clouds. Alright, so Drazcor has a massive Logo Sport established already. Power boosted from the Dark Ember Vault. We got the Cronus taking some damage. Kidman attempting to control the board a little bit with some direct damage in the shadows. Stealing some Ember, took care of that Cronus. Drazcor got all the important artifacts down early as well. The Autovac, Autoencoder, Dark Ember Vault. Drazcor naturally calling Logos. Steals one with the Oddclawed. Probably will get some efficiency through with the Dinobot, maybe the Bot Bookton. Already has 2 cards in the archives. QMax might get thrown in there as well at some point. Although it looks like Drazcor is going the Ember Generation route. 1 Nerve Blast and 1 Relentless Whispers is gone already in terms of Kidman's Shadows Ember control. Double Deep Probe is nasty. That could be really effective against, like if Drazcor has Duceless in hand or something. Kidman throws on the Deep Probe, calls Saurian, forces Drazcor's Duceless out of his hand into the discard pile. That'd be nasty. Kidman dropped the Guilty Hearts already. Plays the Shaffles, discards the Keyhammer. Takes an Ember away from Drazcor. That Shaffles is very well protected from the Chuff Ape. And the Dominator. Even if the Chuff Ape dies, then the Dominator will shift in to continue protecting the Shaffles. Taunt, enters play stunned. Fight Reap, you may sacrifice another friendly creature if you do fully heal Chuff Ape. Very odd. Very odd card there. Drazcor, naturally, calling Logos. Stealing one with Oddclawed yet again. There's no too much to protect in Kidman's deck. Nor is there anything like an Effervescent Principle. The Keyhammer has been dropped already, so really, Drazcor doesn't have too much to worry about in terms of scaling Ember control, from what I can tell. So he should not have to worry about bursting up all too much. Wow, the Ludo got dropped on the Bot Bookton Reap. That's a really nice play. Kidman going dis, naturally. To activate that Lash Broken Dreams, stop the key. Oh, never mind. It was actually a misclick. Looks like he actually meant to go House Mars, not House Dis. So never mind that whole Lash of Broken Dreams play I was documenting there. Exhaust the Chuff Ape to get rid of the stun. Same with the Dominator. Throws down the Tunk. These are some really beefy Mars creatures, I tell you what. Squawker to ready the Chuff Ape. Oh, nice. Nice fight. Takes out the Odd Clawed, simultaneously destroying the Drekker. Chooses not to destroy anybody to heal the Chuff Ape. Plays the Mass Abduction. Put up to 3 damaged enemy creatures into your archives. Okay. That's a rare? I did not know that Mass Abduction was a rare. Interesting. So it looks like Drazcor does get the key, although Kidman now has 3 absolutely massive Mars creatures on the board. And a Shackles. Drazcor is going Logos again. Plays the Kurzap to deal with all those Mars guys and the Shackles. Eclectic Inquiry. The QMX gets archived. Drazcor has pretty much just played Logos this whole time. Impressive. Daughter. Now does he reap with the bot booked? That's the question. It's always a little bit risky to employ that reap effect. Wild Wormhole on a stick. Plays the Hedonistic Intent. See what I mean by risky? Exalted the Infomorph and the Doc Bookton, which is a little bit unfortunate. Especially with the Ludo. Now gone as well. Autovac Archives. Wow. 5 cards in the Archives. Drazcor's deck is going off right now. Kidman throws down the Library of the Damned. Life Horror uses the Lash to stop the key. That was an interesting play. Just desperate to stop the key, I guess. Did throw down a couple of value artifacts, though. Drazcor takes Deuceless into the hand with its coming and throws down the Deuceless. Wait, Deuceless is a mutant, isn't it? Wow. So Deuceless is getting the extra 2 power and the draw. That's kind of funny. I never even thought about it that way. Wow. And the Ludo, Thur Centurion, Defense Initiative, Wards, the Daughter Infomorph, and the Deuceless. Dark Centurion comes down, who's also apparently mutant. This is a very menacing board that Kidman is facing down. And poor Kidman also just got all of his Ember captured from him. So he's at 0 Ember, 0 keys, facing down an 8 creature mass mutation board. Things are looking grim. Plays the Pawn Sacrifice, Miasma, Ghostly Hand for 2, another Miasma, just bursting up with some Ember Pips in the shadows. But Drazcor, it's looking like we'll get to Forge here. Or no, it was the Miasma actually, never mind. Actually, 2 entire Miasmas were played. So Drazcor is definitely not forging. So he is going Logos. Again. Throws on the QMX. Eclectic Inquiry again. This is crazy. Odd Clawed. Just adding even more creatures, even more mutants to the board. Synergizing with the Dark Ember Vault. What sort of board is there a gateway to dis in this deck anywhere? Okay, so Kidman does have a gateway. Does have the double ammonia clouds. It just looks like none of that stuff has come up yet. The gateway has, unfortunately. So the best Kidman has at this point is that double ammonia clouds, and he is desperately attempting to draw into it. But I mean, against a board this size, and with so many beefed up mutants and warded creatures, I mean, double ammonia clouds is not Actually, it would be somewhat effective. It's not going to remove everything from the board, but it'll do some work. It'll do some work for sure. Drazkor out here, continuing this mad Logos turn. Oof, bot booked and played a Krazat. Thank goodness most of his creatures are mutants, or warded. Yeah, Drazkor checking at 12 for the second key. I mean, things are looking grim here. Kidman desperately plays a Charette, uses the Life Ward, archives with Library, lashes to tax that key, so that was actually a pretty good play. Made Drazkor's second key really expensive, brought him back down to 0 with the Charette. But I mean, Drazkor still has this massive board to employ here. Along with 6 cards in the archives, so I mean, I don't know. Still did not draw into the Ammonia Clouds apparently, or rather just chose to go with that display, which I think was smart. Infomorph Reaps, Dinobot Reaps, discards the Dominator Bauble to draw a card, Oddcloud steals one, Bot Bookton plays the Break Key. Interesting. Break Key to no effect. Good for the Ember Pip though. Autovac archives, and now Drazkor has 8 cards in the archives. Dude, the combination of Dinobot with the autoencoder and the autovac just results in so much archiving. Kidman plays the bait and switch, steal 2, Urchin to steal another, throws on the Dodger, preventing the 3rd key. Oh, Drazkor calling Dis, very interesting. Finally moving out of that logo suite there. Throws on the Infernus. Very rude. Purges the Life Ward and the Mass Abduction. Is Kidman gonna get to forge even a single key here? Hey Aembermedes, have you opened any nice Mars Winds of Exchange decks? Yeah. I've opened some pretty decent Mars stuff. Nothing like super crazy. But the Mars houses that I have opened are pretty solid actually. Actually, the Mars house that I think I like the most is the one that I used in my Alliance, my Winds of Exchange Sealed Alliance deck on day 1, day 2, day 1. On day 1 of KeyForge Celebration. It has double Kaboom, which is that new Mars board wipe. Looks like Drazkor wins. GG Drazkor, well played to both of you. That was an absolute blowout by Drazkor there. So it has the double Kaboom, and then it has the Ironix Rebel, along with a number of other Mars creatures, and the Psychic Network. So it always felt really good to throw down a couple Mars creatures, and then deploy the Ironix Rebel in between them to ready the 2 of them, and then play Psychic Network to steal 2. And then there's also the Kaboom. So it has some cool stuff in there. But I'm excited to see like what the upper echelon of Mars decks can do in Winds of Exchange. I think they can really pull off some sweet stuff. Yeah. Hope I can see one of those nice Mars decks soon. Definitely. Yes, indeed. Alrighty. So, Drazkor definitively took the win on that match. Let's hop into another match here. What are we looking at? So yep, Drazkor won 3-0. Looks like, wow, JDG's match is over already as well. 3-1 against Karen. So we could hop into, let's see if we can find Rikuns and Lorenzo 99. There we go. What? Incorrect game password. What did I type in? This always happens to me. There we go. Wow, we've got another fiery match happening here. Another massive one-sided board. My word. Lorenzo ahead 2 keys to 1 for Ember against Emperor Riku. Massive board with the Scrivener Fabian. Look at this Sanctum board for a second. Holy heck. Scrivener Fabian, Dino Knight, Bulwark, General Salvador, Purifier of Soul, so destroyed effects cannot trigger. Lieutenant Gorvenal capturing 1 whenever somebody fights. Lorenzo has double Mark of Disc, double Techno Fiend, Hystercog, Maleficorn, some other good Disc stuff. Lots of enhancements. Double Skippy Time Hog, that is cancerous. Discombobulator, Cronus. Sanctum has the Vault Keeper, Purifier of Souls, the Fabian, Baldric the Bold, double General Salvador for some Ember enhancements, or Ember capture enhancements, I should say. Equalize. Crazy. Emperor Riku also has a Mass Mutation deck. Double Red Penny, Bonithing. Borrow. Booby Trap. Ultra Gravitron, another gigantic creature. An Ultra Gravitron out here. Double Titan Engineer. Double Diametric Charge, Eclectic Inquiry. Scaling Ember Control with the Effervescent Principle. Untamed has the... Oh, it's a Dark Harbinger deck with a Mutation of Cunning and a Song of the Wild. That's nice. Resurgence, Reclaimed by Nature, Rapid Evolution. Lots of action cards to go along with the Dark Harbinger there. Fluent Fandangle. Savage Clash. Is Emperor Riku's Savage Clash gone already? No. So Emperor Riku is desperately digging for that Savage Clash to deal with this board. Do we all agree that Mass Mutation has the strongest decks? On average, overall, yes, I would think that Mass Mutation has the strongest decks. Obviously, other sets have decks that can compete with Mass Mutation, I think. But I think, on average, Mass Mutation has the strongest ones. I think Winds of Exchange is going to be up there with Mass Mutation, in my opinion. The upper echelon of Winds of Exchange decks are going to be bonkers. And I think we'll be on par with Mass Mutation. Emperor Riku concedes. Lorenzo 99 takes the win. Good games to both of you. Well played, Lorenzo. Alrighty, what are we looking at now? Lorenzo wins 3-1. We can hop into another match here. Jeffrey PP versus Logan Composer. Oh boy. Oh, what are we looking at here? Coda versus Worlds Collide. Relatively close match. Logan Composer, 2 keys, 5 Ember against Jeffrey PP's 2 keys, 0 Ember, whose keys also cost 14 for some reason. I'm guessing from the Eddie and the Rudder Golem, I guess, but... So what do we got here? Logan Composer throws down the Crassosaurus. Oh, this deck looks absolutely cancerous. Crassosaurus, double Golem, double Phalanx Strike, triple Twin Bolt Mission. Double Kirby, double Light of the Archons, double Walls, Medic Ingram, Jericho, double Cloaking Dongle, Stealth Mode. Yeah, that's some pretty nasty stuff there. Jeffrey PP with the Coda, triple Witch of the Eye, double Dust Pixie with a Hunting Witch and a Choda, double Lost in the Woods. Some very bursty stuff and some recursion stuff there. Double Zizix, Bolter, Megamouth. Oh, Compod, that's cool. Squawker. Again, no too much to protect or anything in that Shadows. Duskrunner, old Bruno. Treasure Map is neat. Looks like the Compod is down. So yeah, looks like we got a fierce match going on over here. Jeffrey establishing a very nice Mars board. That Crassosaurus is unprotected at the moment. And currently, Jeffrey does have the firepower to take it down. So it's looking like Logan Composer kind of just needs to either race to his 3rd key or remove enough of Jeffrey's board so that he can't take out the Crassosaurus and then burst up to his 3rd key via that method. Logan Composer going Star Alliance, picking up the Archives, so that nullifies the Eddie. Eddie's not doing anything anymore. Plays the Melina. Oh, there we go. That will protect the Cressosaurus against Jeffrey's Mars board. Got the Kirby coming down. Chant of Hubris from the Kirby to move one Ember from the Pterodactyl and place it on the Bolter. Oh man, Light of the Archons on the Cressosaurus. Two of them actually. Sheesh. Ah, and the Cloaking Dongle. Yeah, that Cressosaurus is not going anywhere soon. Medic Ingram also wards it. So unless Jeffrey has a couple cards to like bounce a creature, I don't think that Cressosaurus is going anywhere. But you're looking at Jeffrey's deck here. I'm not seeing much bounce, unless he happens to have both copies of Lost in the Woods and a Chota right now. Let's take a look at the discard pile. Nope, both Lost in the Woods are in the discard. Chota is still floating around out there somewhere. So Jeffrey may be trying to formulate some sort of plan to pull off the Chota on this turn. Because if he can't stop Logan right now, then a key cheat would be his only out. What other methods might he have? Mimicry. Is his Mimicry gone? His Mimicry is not gone. Okay. He plays both Dust Pixies. That puts him up to 5. He just needs a couple more Ember to pull off this Chota, if he has it in hand. Data Forge, lurking and watching while I drive, but thanks for the stream. Heck yeah! Thanks for stopping in. Glad to have you lurking. We've got some intense matches going on right now. Oh, there we have it. Wow. Did not quite have the Chota. Did not quite pull it off. So Logan Composer wins. Well played to both of you. Jeffrey PP just pieces out instantly. Cool. So there's another match in the books. What are we looking at? Oh, there we go. Our next match, Logan Composer versus JDG314. Still waiting on Brobnar89 and Dinobot to see who Drazkor's opponent will be. Yolker and Dave, one of them will be up against Gorlami. And then Tran and Yurs will be up against Lorenzo. Rikuns, X-Ray Creator, Kidman, Jeffrey, and Karen are all down into the losers bracket. Looks like next up we're going to have Jeffrey versus Karen in the losers round 1. Still waiting on losers to go up against Kid, X-Ray, and Rikuns. And yeah, I mean, already these have been some pretty cool matches. At least half of matches we've gotten to see in the first one. Alright, well we could probably hop into one last match here before the end of the round. See how yours truly is doing against Tran. Whoa. Tran is getting blown out by yours truly. Sheesh. Yet again, mass mutation versus mass mutation. Wow, yeah, this is crazy. Yours truly, 2 keys, 6 Ember, checking for that 3rd key, to Tran's 0 keys, 0 Ember. What the heck is happening right now? How? What does yours truly have here? Games will be played as they come up, so don't worry about round syncing. Alrighty, So we don't have to worry about round syncing or anything like that. We can just spectate matches and have a good time with it. Sounds good. Thanks for letting us know. Alright, so yours truly, I mean, just absolutely wrecking this board here. Wrecking this game. Checking for their third key at 9 Ember. Dang. Look at that deck. It's not the most, like, it's a rather unassuming deck at first, but the more you look at it, the more it's like, wow, yeah, this deck has some stuff. Triple Ethologica. One last job with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thieves, it looked like. Crazy. Tran, desperately looking for an answer, but I don't know what their answer might be. Triple Infernus might be part of it. Holy heck. But do they have those Infernuses available? No. 2 of them are in the discard pile. They only have 1 Infernus left, it looks like. Stirring Grave, Soulkeeper, Obsidian Forge. Sadly, they don't have anywhere near enough Ember or creatures to pull off the Obsidian Forge at this point. Redacted, it looks like never came down, sadly. Double standardized testing. Another Ultra Gravitron. Every single mass mutation matchup we've seen so far, one player has had a gigantic creature. What's up with that? Daughter, click the Inquiry, double Font of the Eye, double Gizelhart's Standard. Cleansing Wave? Champion Nathiel, the Grey Rider? Huh. Tran is going Logos, throws down the Fission Bloom, Eclectic Inquiry. Infant Morph, Daughter, Sloppy Labworks, archive a card and discard, but it's looking like that's going to be about it. Wow, another absolute blowout. Tran says, GG, after I discarded Kurzap and both standardized testings were... Oh, after I discarded Kurzap, both of the standardized testings were very deep in the deck. And so as a result, Tran was put in a situation where he had to play Sanctum every turn to control the board, with only playing 1 card each turn. Ugh, that sucks. Just not being able to dig into those standardized testings and being forced to control the board in a very ineffective way. That is always the worst. That is always the worst. But good games. Congrats to yours truly on moving on. So all these folks down here, they only got 1 deck left. Their first deck is gone. They only have 1 deck left to attempt to survive with. And once they lose with that deck, they're out of the tournament. So I mean, if they go 0-2, that's just it. That's just the end of it. Alright, so next up, in round 2, we have Logan versus JDG, Brobnar versus Drazkor, Yolker versus Gorlami, and we're still waiting on an opponent for Lorenzo. Looks like, sadly, Dinobot lost his first match. No. Dinobot. What happened? Dinobot. Okay. So now it looks like in the losers... Oh, here we go. So now we have an opponent for Lorenzo. Yours truly. Losers round 1, we have Rikuns versus Tran, Dave Cordero versus X-Ray Creator, Kidman versus Dinobot, Jeffrey versus Karen. Alright, let's hop into... Let's take a look at Yolker versus Gorlami. This should be an interesting match. I took a look at Yolker's decks earlier before starting the stream, and he has some real fire. What the heck is up with me and these freaking passwords? There we go. Alright, so we got Yolker and his, let's see, Buckleharp, Malcolm's Charlatan, Triple Eterum, Double Draining Touch, Exhume, Infernus, Soulkeeper, In the logos, we have Double Eddy, Hologramophone, Information Exchange, Neutron Shark, both variations of the group Think Tank. In the Star Alliance, Double Medic Ingram, Xeno Training, Lay of the Land, Commander Chan, Jericho, Spears, Kinkin, Operations Officer Yishi. You don't see her very often, or him, it, they. You don't see Yishi very often. So that's cool. We got Yishi out here. So Yolker has a pretty solid deck. Maven, Ultra Ridge, Okoa. We have Mass Mutation. Dark Ember Vault in the Untamed. Double Glorana's Attendant, putting out some extra Ember Pips. Double Resurgence, Vault's Blessing, Savage Clash, Cephaloist, Pismire, Fandangle, all the classic Untamed creatures. In Saurian, we have the... What are we looking at? Ludo, Double Octavia, Citizen Strix, Axiom, Spoils of Battle, City-State Interest. Logos, we have the Torado, Mutagenic Serum, BDQ, Krzap, Inquiry, Entropic Swirl, which is always fun. And they're starting it off with a Dark Fairy, enhanced with an Ember and a Draw. Ooh, Yolker's only play was an Information Exchange, so that's kind of rough. Gorlami continues their Untamed streak. Reaping with the Dark Fairy throws down the Glorana's Attendant, enhanced with a Draw. The Pismire putting Yolker's keys at 8. Because that is 3 mutant creatures out there. How many mutants does Gorlami have in this deck to synergize with the Dark Ember Vault? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 mutants, it looks like. Yolker responds with the Commander Chan and an Ingram. Ingram warding herself. Wow. Gorlami just says no to that, throws on the Monument to Octavia, plays Axiom, Beware the Ides to finish off the Ingram. So much for that Star Alliance board. Pismire is warded. Yolker says, I'm surprised I'm not fighting 3 recurring Infernuses. Yeah, that's competitive KeyForge for you, apparently. Which, I mean, hey, that's a good card. It's a great card. Yolker, going Logos, pops the ward with the Twin Bolt Emission, throws down the Eddy to Archive and a Wormhole Technician, and passes back to Gorlami. Looks like Yolker's awkward starting hand is getting thinned out a little bit here, so things are coming together. Things are coming together. Gorlami asks, is that my reputation, lol? Yolker, well, from the NKFL, it was pretty much all your decks that it's all you play. Oh. Apparently Gorlami is known for those recurring Infernus decks. Gorlami throws down the Mutagenic Serum and a prescriptive Grammar Bot. This is a slow game so far. Gorlami says that was just that time. So not always known for the Infernus decks. Speaking of Infernus, I wonder how potent Infernus will be against Winds of Exchange. Because looking through the card pool for Winds of Exchange, I didn't really see many cards that have like multiple Ember pips on it, like Duspixy or whatever. The only one that I remember seeing is a card called Pax Soriana. It's a Saurian action card that has 2 Ember and says play ward each creature. So not just friendly creatures, not just a certain type of creature, I mean everybody. that includes enemy creatures, which explains the double Ember enhancement. That's like the only one I saw. So I don't think Infernus is going to have a ton of like targets for Winds of Exchange cards. However, there is a lot of enhancing going on in Winds of Exchange. There are lots of enhancements. I mean, because Equidon has the common 2-power creature, like Steward Suit Zane or something like that, that enhances 2 Ember and a draw or a capture. It does enhance those 2 Ember. And then Rowdy Skald and Bravnar enhances an Ember. I mean, Cursed Relic enhances 6 Ember pips throughout your deck. So, I mean, there's a lot of enhancing going on, so depending on where those enhancements land, Infernus may or may not be that potent of a card against Winds of Exchange. Obviously, it'll still be super strong. I mean, Infernus is strong against sets like Worlds Collide, which also doesn't have a ton of cards with multiple Ember pips on it. But I mean, Winds of Exchange may fare a little better than sets like Mass Mutation or Coda. But we'll have to see. Just depends on where those enhancements land or how many enhancements the decks have. Because, I mean, obviously a lot of the other enhancements are like draws or captures. So, it's not just all Ember. Alright, so yeah, this game is still just as slow as ever. Not much is happening. Not much Ember is being generated. Gorlami at 1 Ember. Yolker at 4. Gorlami got hit with the Binding Iron, so now he's just drawing even slower. Yolker, let me see. What is happening? Medic Ingram gets exhumed toward the Snag. That's interesting. Snag also has a Soul Keeper on it. Savage Clash. So Snag is left all alone now, unwarded. Resurgence to put the Gloriana's Attendant, both attendants, back into the hand. Both of them are enhanced with draw icons. Oh, wow. So those Gloriana's Attendants are actually providing a little bit of value outside of their Ember enhancements. They each have a draw icon. That's really cool. Snag. Ooh, Snag fights the Gloriana's Attendant and takes out the other one. So now Gorlami has to go... Wait a minute. What does Snag do again? Your opponent must choose the house of the creature Snag fights as their active house on the next turn. Wow. So Gorlami just had to pass turn right there. There's an empty turn. Well played by Yolker. So Yolker comes out swinging with a Star Alliance, a big Star Alliance turn. Lay of the Land to put down the Jericho. Armsmaster Melina and the Kinkin, putting Jericho in the center, allowing for the Hologramophone play. Gorlami responds with Saurian, throwing down the Forum of Giants, double Cornison Octavia, and a Ludo. One of those Octavias is enhanced with a draw. Monument to Octavia to capture 1 onto the Octavia. Play Spoils of Battle to capture 3 more Ember. Jeez. So Yolker was well on his way to his first key, but Gorlami says nope. I got Saurian, and I say no to that. Yolker calling Logos. Words the Jericho. So that Jericho is a huge threat at the moment. Attaches Melina's Blaster to Armsmaster Melina. What does that do? You may deal 3 damage to a creature. So dealt 3 damage to the Cornison Octavia with the Ember on it. Throws on Titan Guardian, Groupthink Tank, Cutthroat Research, Neutron Shark to kill the Ludo and the Guardian to draw 2 cards. Discards the Xeno Training from the top of the deck, so Neutron Shark will go again. Hits the Octavia and the Jericho to pop Jericho's ward, and then discards Thorium Plasmate. So Neutron Shark is done. Gorlami does get an Ember off of the Forum of Giants, since 5 power is the biggest thing out there at the moment. Gorlami calls Logos, Eclectic Inquiry, Infomorph, Lycobot. Oh, and passes over to Yolker. So Yolker gets to forge. Naturally, Yolker goes Starlands. Universal Translator on the Jericho. Malison from the Jericho. Helmsman Spears. Ugh. Dude, we've got the classic, just nasty Starlines board coming out right now. Reaps with the Kinkin, Reaps with the Melina. This is classic Worlds Collide Starlines. They just don't make Starlines like they used to, I tell you what. I mean, Winds of Exchange Starlines has some insane stuff in it, but still nothing like Worlds Collide. If anything, Winds of Exchange Starlines, I think, feels a whole lot closer to Dark Tidings Starlines than any other iteration of Starlines. Lots of, like, giving houses, like, giving different houses to other creatures. Or depending on, like, if a Starlance creature is next to non-Starlance creatures, then you'll get nice effects for that. So, I mean, you want your Starlance to be spread out among the rest of your houses in your board. Where with Worlds Collide Starlines, I don't feel like there was all that much of that. It was just like, play non-Starlance cards, use non-Starlance cards, and have a good time. Doesn't matter where your Starlance guys are located. Yeah, Yolker's board is really just overwhelming Gorlami right now. Gorlami does have an Axiom, a Savage Clash, and a Krazap in terms of board clears. Unfortunately, the Axiom, the Savage Clash, and the Savage Clash are both in the discard pile at the moment. So, really, Gorlami's only hope at the moment of fully taking out this board is to find that Krazap. But they still have 7 cards in the draw pile. So they're definitely still really digging for it. Oh, there is the BDQ, but I mean, BDQ isn't going to be that effective when you only have 2 creatures out on the board. And you're facing down this menace of a board. Entropic Swirl, there you go. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, wow. Entropic Swirl dealt 6 damage to the Science Officer Kinkin. Because Kinkin is one of those rare creatures with 3 traits. Alien, Proxman, and Scientist. So Kinkin actually took 6 damage and gave Gorlami 3 Ember. That's really cool. Yep, there's the BDQ, but only will take out 2 creatures. At least it got rid of that Spears and the Jericho. I mean, those were probably the 2 top threats at the moment. So that was good. That was good. It's nice to have those gone. Yolker calls Logos. Used his action ability, apparently. Interesting. Wards the Melina with the Hologramophone. Throws down the Eddy to archive a card. Throws down another Eddy to archive another card. Whew. So Gorlami was checking for their first key at 10. Now their keys cost 10. Reaps with the Neutron Shark. Oh gosh. Oh no. What is Yolker doing? Dude, reaping with the Neutron Shark is just killing him. He's I guess he is taking care of Gorlami's artifacts up there. But he's also just wrecking his own board. I always forget that Neutron Shark can get rid of artifacts too. It's actually really handy. Keeps around... Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say he keeps around the Form of Giants, but no. He got rid of all the artifacts. So, oh, there we go. Gorlami finally got the Krzap. Did forge at a very expensive key, though. That key cost 10. That was a lot. And yeah, Gorlami just plays the Krzap. Just desperately wipes that board. So, Gorlami, depending on what else they have, might be back in it. Although Yolker has a pretty substantial lead. Survived into game 3. Very nice. Well done. Well done. Whenever I play in tournaments that are like double elimination or whatever, that's always my goal. Is just to not go 0-2. If I don't go 0-2, then I'm happy. Alright. Gorlami takes some Ember, but Yolker takes it all back. With the 3 Fates. Wow. Binding Irons. Double Eterone. Oh my gosh. And then just to add insult to injury, throws on the Infernus. Yeah. Good goal. Yep, that is my goal every time. Dang. Yeah, that was a solid draw by Yolker. Yolker says, I had disc saved from the Eddies. Okay. So he had that planned. Yeah, that 3 Fates couldn't have worked any better. Gorlami, or Yolker purges the Soul Keeper and the Twin Bolt to make Gorlami lose 2. Oh man, Gorlami's Dark Ember Vault finally comes out. Far too late. Right at the very end when it doesn't matter. The dab drops. Dang. Yolker with the commanding victory. So where does that put Yolker then? Puts Yolker into round 3. That's what it does. Logan defeated JDG 314, 3-1. So good games here, folks. Good game, Yolker and Gorlami. Very nice. So what are we looking at? Still waiting on Lorenzo and yours truly. Yolker just won 3-1 against Gorlami. We're still waiting on Drazkor and Brobnar 89. Over here in the losers bracket, Karen defeated Jeffrey, so poor Jeffrey went 0-2. So sorry. Karen is out here in losers round 2, as is now JDG and Gorlami. Looks like we still have Kidman and Dinobot battling it out. Alright, I need to see how Dinobot's doing. I do not want Dinobot to go 0-2. My fellow content creator out here competing in this event, where is he? I need to watch him and make sure he doesn't lose. Where the heck is he? Where the heck is he? There he is. Dinobot, do not go 0-2 on me now. I'm rooting for you. Oh, it's a nail biter. Oh, it's a nail biter. Dinobot, 2 keys, 2 Ember. Kidman, 2 keys, now 2 Ember. Oh, man. What are we looking at? Dinobot is piloting this Worlds Collide deck with the double Ronnie TMTP, Hawk, hit and run. He throws down a Skeleton Key, a Subtle Maul, a Pestering Blow to hit the Mutant Cutpurse and then rage it. Ronnie wrist clocks to steal 1. They are tied. 2 keys, 3 Ember. 2 keys, 3 Ember. Kidman uses Form of Giants. There's another Form of Giants out here. Kidman piloting a Mass Mutation deck with an Orb of Wonder, an Eye of Judgment, double Salvador, Squire Alice, Barrister Joya, Shoulder Armor with a Bring Low and a Cleansing Wave, Mug, Dark Wave, Borrow, Lights Out, Rad Penny. Uh-oh. Kidman throws down the Mug, the Rad Penny, and a Shadowsmith reaps with the Mutant Cutpurse. Form of Giants to capture one onto the Rad Penny. What else does Kidman have here? Double Ludo, Form of Giants, Grim Locust Ducks, Nira Taurus, Defense Initiative, Spoils the Battle with a Humble. So they both got some solid decks here. Dinobot attempts to answer with a Shadow's Turn. Plays Hawk to destroy the Form of Giants, gain an Ember. Use a Subtle Maul to discard the Look Over There. But it's not enough. No. It's not enough. Kidman wins. Good game, Kidman. Good plan. Well done. Dinobot, same to you as well. Ah, what a shame. What a shame to go 0-2. I was rooting for you. Dino! Fellow content creator. Knocked out. Oh well. So Kidman will be moving on to losers round 2 against Gorlami. What are we looking at here? Wow. Alright, so it looks like the loser between Lorenzo and yours truly will be facing off against Karen in the loser's bracket of round 2. And then the loser between Drazcor and Brobnar89 will be up against Dave Cordero in round 2 of the loser's bracket. Alright. Might as well hop into one last match here before round 3 or round 2 or whatever. Either way, before the next match. Drazcor, Brobnar89, Lorenzo, and yours truly. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Holy cow. Looks like Lorenzo might be winning this one. Yeah. We hopped in the instant Lorenzo won. Alrighty, so that puts Lorenzo into round 3 against Yoker, and yours truly against Karen in round 2 of the losers bracket. So now the last game we're waiting on is Drazcor versus Brobnar89. Oh wow. We've actually still got quite a decent bit of game going on here. Why is it that every single game I hop into, there's one player with a monumental, massive board, and then the other player just has nothing on their side of the board? What's up with that? And I feel like every single time it's been the person on the lower half of the screen that has the huge board. Alright, so Drazcor. Alright, naturally, we have 2 more Mass Mutation decks here. Drazcor using the same deck as before. Brobnar89. Ugh. Look at this deck. Triple Stirring Grave. Double Implosion. Mindfire. Double Doom. The Pale Star. Inspector. Triple Look Over There. Double Boniving. Francis, the Economist. Rad Penny. Shadow Council. Triple Savage Clash. Punk Eek. Lost in the Woods. Keyfrog, interesting. And Keyfrog, Gloriana's Attendant, and Triple Savage Clash, that's nice. But Drazcor, once again, just has a massive Logos board established. This is exactly what happened last time. Was he had the Dav and a whole bunch of Logos guys. How many, oh, hold on a minute. How many mutant creatures does Drazcor have with that Dark Ember Vault? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? Yeah, 9 it looks like. Drazcor reaps to discard Hedonistic Intent. Archives with Autoencoder, draws a card. Odd Clawed. Yeah, that's crazy. Autovac, archives, and then he reaps out with the rest. Despite Drazkor's overwhelming board presence, it's still a really close game. And Brobnar 89 looks like is about to forge his second key, putting him a whole key ahead of Drazkor. Never mind. Key cost got increased from the autovac, I think. I'm pretty sure. Either way, Brobnar 89 is not forging, but he's still ahead by just a couple Ember. However, Drazkor is ahead on board massively, so I'm somehow 2-0 in an Archon event. I'm shocked. Well, congratulations. Keep up the streak. Go 3-0 now. That's next. 3-0. Yolker 3-0 in an Archon event. Brobnar 89 with the clutch Savage Clash. Steal some stuff. Lost in the Woods. Oh, Lost in the Woods to shuffle the Deuceless back into their owner's deck. So that's a whole bunch of Ember that just went back to Brobnar 89. Sheesh. So now Brobnar has an even more commanding lead over Drazkor. Drazkor calling Dis, picking up the Archives for a hand of 10. Sure enough, throws on the Infernus to purge Lost in the Woods and Implosion, bringing Brobnar 89 down to 16. Throws down a second Infernus to purge Stirring Grave and Implosion, to put Brobnar 89 down to 14 Ember. Puts Painmail on the Dark Fairy, throws down a Drekker with a Capture and a Draw, captures that Ember onto an Infernus. Plays the Break Key and a Waking Nightmare. Yeah, that was definitely a good moment for Savage Clash, yes. Definitely was a good moment. I mean, with 3 of them in your deck, it's probably not too hard to draw into one. But not necessarily. I mean, if they're all at the bottom of your deck, that would just suck. So Brobnar does get to forge. So they now have 2.5 keys. I'll be up against yours truly in a second with my back against the wall again. Losing game 1 makes everything so tense. It really does. At KeyForge Celebration in day 2, and I was in the Alliance format, just like straight up Alliance standard or whatever. And I lost my very first game. So sure enough, 0-1, 2 losses, or 1 more loss and I get knocked out. Makes every game very tense. Thankfully, I won my next 2 games and then lost, so I went 2-2, but I mean, those 2 middle games were terrifying. Well, I guess so was that last game too, but it was intense. I feel ya. I feel ya. Brobnar 89 checking for their last key. Does Drazkor have an answer in Logos? Well, with Autovac, probably. With Autovac, yes, definitely, actually. However, Brobnar 89 had an Ember on safe place, so he won anyway. Forging at 9 for an expensive key. Good games to the both of ye. To the both of yous. So it looks like Drazkor will be dropping into the losers bracket to face down Dave Cordero. And Brobnar 89 will be moving on to round 3 to face off against Logan Composer. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Cool. Good games all around, folks. Let's refresh here to see where we're at. Alrighty, so do you guys have any match that you guys want to watch? This is what we're looking at here. Got Lorenzo versus Yulker, Drazkor versus Logan, JDG versus Rikuns, Brobnar versus Logan, Drazkor versus Dave Cordero, Gorlami versus Kidman, yours truly versus Karen. Anybody have any preferences as to which match we watch? Any suggestions? Any ideas? It could be cool to watch Drazkor and Dave, or JDG and Rikun, so that could be a good one. I don't think we've seen much of them yet. Anybody? Anybody? Any suggestions? Anybody? Things are moving along pretty quick here as well. I mean, we got just a few matches left, really. Nobody has any preference on what to watch. Nobody has any care, any say in the world. And I'll just choose one. I'll just choose one. If none of y'all have anything you actually want to watch. Alright, let's watch JDG and Rikuns. Oops. Emperor Riku. Let's watch that one. Whoa. We are off to a fiery start here. What turn are we on? Turn 7? Okay. Whoa, we got an AoA deck. Oh my goodness. AoA, we got the double Archimedes with the BDQ and quadruple Helper Bot. Professor Stutterkin, Hexbion, Dysania. That's a disgusting Logos house. Holy heck. Mars has the Genka. I mean, what do you expect? Of course, it's going to have a Genka. Mars needs Ember, Agent Human, Ember Conduction Unit with the Harvester, Shockworm, Double Think Drone, Shadows has Double Routine Job, Ronnie Wrist Clocks, the Sting, Nerve Blast, Dusk Chronicles. JDG is out here with the Mass Mutation, Double Mutation of Cunning with the Mutation of Fury, so that has the Dark Harbinger in it. Keyfrog, Pismire, Double Growth Surge, Rapid Evolution, Double Infernus, Double Dark Minion, Waking Nightmare, Sterngrave, Implosion, Soulkeeper, Gables, Longarms is cool. Double Bot Bookton, Ultra Gravitron yet again, Universal Keylock, Autovac 5150, and an Auto Encoder, Double Ethologica. Got some cool Logos cards out in here. But looks like Emperor Riku is just waiting on this Genka, on this Martian Generosity Key Abduction play here. They do have 7 Ember, 1 Key, 7 Ember. They're going Mars, picking up the Archives. I think it's about to begin. It looks like it all is going to go down right now. Yeah, Reaps with the Mac the Knife, the Mind Warper, the Shockworm, and the Think Drone, going up to 11. Vezima archives the Sting. That's an awesome way to get it off the board. Plays the Key Abduction. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. That was the play right there. That's Genka for you. So what even happened? Played the Key Abduction. Okay, so that's interesting. He was able to play the Key Abduction first without ever playing the Martian Generosity because he had enough Ember and enough cards in hand. So he played the Key Abduction, played the Martian Generosity to lose 8 Ember, draw 16 cards, draw back into the Key Abduction, played again to forge that second key for free. That's crazy. Yeah, that's Genka. Absolutely insane. At KeyForge Celebration, my first alliance match, I got OTK'd by Genka. It was actually a Genka deck with, so he grabbed a Mars pod that had Genka, and then he grabbed an Untamed pod that had double Nepenthe Seed. So he just played the Key Abduction that first time, and then Nepenthe Seeded it back into his hand twice to play it down 2 more times, and that was it. That was the game. And I was drawing good too. Like I had a really nice setup. I was drawing really good. I was doing well. I had like a key and a half, and then just like halfway through the game, he just OTKs me with Genka. So that felt great. That was what put me into the losers bracket for the rest of the day. All right. So wow. Hold on a minute. That's Riku's second deck, it looks like. Because Riku got knocked into the losers bracket, meaning this is their second deck they're playing with now. Wow. Well, if that Genka goes off consistently enough, they could definitely pilot it all the way through the losers bracket back to the top of the tournament. So, I think Riku is a competitor to keep our eyes on. To keep an eye on. All right, who next? What are we looking at? Who the heck is Bizarro David? Oh, is that Dave Cordero? Let's hop into that one. We haven't seen Dave Cordero play yet today. Looks like we're still pretty early game here. Well, that's cool. Drazcor, still piloting. Oh, hold on a minute. No, Drazcor's in the losers bracket now. So he has his other deck. Holy cow. Triple Mark of Dis, double Mindfire, Grim Reminder, Infernus, Snarret, Bonesaw, Waking Nightmare, Implosion. Just a really disgusting Dis house. Logos has the library card, Effervescent Principle, Damobot, double Cronus, Saurian with a double Axiom, double Faust, Blast from the Past, Defense Initiative, Nero Taurus, some other good stuff. So Drazcor piloting a really solid MM deck again. Dave, we've got double Kirby, triple Stealth Mode, Chief Engineer Walls, Garcia, Cloaking Dongle, Helmsman Spears, CXO Tabor. Now, when I think of Worlds Collide Star Alliance, that's what I think of. That is literally Worlds Collide Star Alliance. The best of the best. Untamed, Punctuated Equilibrium, Double Unsuspecting Prey, Flaxia, Harmonia, Giant Nobel, Mustic Murmuk. Logos has Eddie, Jargoggle, Daughter, Tautau, Information Exchange. The classics. The classic Worlds Collide deck. And Dave has quite the menacing Star Alliance board established at the moment. Double Kirby with the spears. Dude, that lineup, or like the way they're all placed, this is so good. He's got Kirby with the Cloaking Dongle positioned between the other Kirby and the spears, and then the Melina positioned between the spears and the CXO Tabor. So that is not an easy board to remove via fighting. Like, that Helmsman Spears has both Elusive and Hazardous 3. But Drazcor is getting work done out here with the Dis. Getting some fighting done. Oh, Dave throws down the Stealth Mode and the Walls to put Cloaking Dongle back in the hand. Oh my goodness. Throws the Cloaking Dongle on the Melina, who is now positioned between the Kirby and the Tabor, now that the Spears and one of the other Kirbys is gone. Kirby plays a Chaos Portal. Tabor reaps to play Flaxia for 2. Reaps with the Melina. And puts himself at 9 Ember, checking for his second key. Drazcor sadly only has half a key. is this where Drazkor's day comes to an end? I hope not. Drazkor is the captain of my team in the ABR League. Zach Rody, good to have you in the chat. Glad to have you. We're having a good time. We got some really intense matches going right now. And yeah, and we're a decent ways into the tournament as well. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. Drazkor calling Saurian, throwing down the Pterodactyl and the Thero to capture one, and Faust to put keys at 9. And then Snarret captures one. So that was a pretty stealthy way to keep Dave off his key. That Snarret is really getting loaded up though. Drazkor hopefully will have an opportunity to call this and remove all that Ember. However, Dave is going Star Alliance. Reaps with the Kirby. Oh! Kirby plays the Unnatural Selection. So that Snarret will definitely die. The Faust will probably definitely die as well. I'm guessing like maybe Bonesaw, Cumex, and Pterodactyl will stay alive. I was correct. Dave throws down the Garcia. Rude. Reaps with the walls to put Cloak and Dongle back in the hand, throw it on the Kirby, and then CXO Tabor still has a play here. Oh wow. Tabor plays the Punk Eek. Dude. Throws down the Medic Ingram to ward the Tabor. Yeah, this Star Alliance board is just absolutely cancerous to deal with. Drazkor even says, oh boy, yeah. David out here with 17 Ember going into his second key. That's crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, that is World's Clad Star Alliance for you. You just call it over and over, and if the opponent cannot deal with it, then this is what happens right here. Drazkor exhausts the Pterodactyl to remove the stun. Drazkor says, but you discarded the cards I wanted to play. Exactly. Ah, dude, this is why I love Punctuated Equilibrium. That's why it's my favorite card. Reaps off the CXO Tabor, throws down the Punk Eek, and discards the cards that Drazkor wanted. Looks like Drazkor can at least tax and clear the board of those Star Alliance creatures. So, at long last, the Star Alliance board is gone. However, I think it's probably too late. Unless Drazkor has some crazy stuff coming up here. So Drazkor does tax the key at 7. However, Dave still has quite a bit of Ember going into his last key. Remote access on the Fission Bloom to gain some extra Ember off the Cutthroat Research. Daughter Wild Wormhole into unsuspecting prey to deal damage to the Faust and the Pterodactyl. Chaos Portal for Star Alliance, but reveals the Eddy. I'm not seeing a way out of this for Drazkor, unless he still has his Effervescent. So chances are, well, okay, he's going to Saurian. So it's looking like Effervescent is probably not going to happen. Yeah, Effervescent is in the discard. So his Scaling Ember control is gone. Plays the Blast from the Past to get the Faust the Great back. Or archive it at least. But yeah, none of it was quite enough. Dave with the blowout victory. 3 keys to none. And I think that's the end of Drazkor's run. Yeah, because he lost in round 2. And then lost here in the loser's bracket, so... that's that. Good playing Drazkor. Good playing Dave as well. Yeah, this thing has a bunch of starts that snowball pretty hard. Yeah. With that Star Alliance board, you could definitely see it. It's crazy. Crazy Star Alliance. Alrighty, so it looks like Dave will be moving on to losers round 3 against Emperor Riku. Let me refresh here. I feel like this is outdated or something. Yours truly, we could spectate yours truly versus Karen fighting for that spot in round 3 of the losers bracket. Let's see if we can find that one. Alright, Karen is ahead. 1 key 5 Ember to 0 keys 9 Ember. Also has a huge board. A big old AoE board of Sanctum, Shadows, and Mars here. Antony has no Ember on it, interestingly. So yours truly piloting Mass Mutation. Another Deuceless. Dude, I feel like this is crazy. I feel like every single match we spectated, at least one of the Mass Mutation decks has a gigantic creature. That's so interesting. I swear that's not the format. The format is not bring a gigantic creature deck. The format is 2-deck Archon Survival. And so far, just about everybody has chosen a deck with a gigantic creature. That's so weird. Deuceless. Double Spoils of Battle. Double Shrix. Citizen Shrix. Monument to Shrix. Library of Polyosaurus. Double Safe House. Double Bonithing with a Rad Penny. Masses Asp. Double Shoulder Id. Lucky Dice. Double Antony. Oh, that's just horrific. Double Antony, double New Frontiers, Peace Accord, that's interesting, and a Cartanu. So yours truly has a pretty solid Mass Mutation deck. Karen, however, piloting this, I see Martian Generosity. I do not see Key Abduction, so we just have the, we just have the Gen. Not the Genka, the Gen. Double Mars first. Destroy them all. Resonator, Mind Warper, Red Planet Raygun, double Proliferator. Interesting. Sanctum has the double Abad, Doorstep, Blinding Light, Radiant Truth, Free Markets, all the classic AoE Sanctum stuff. It's lineups like this. It's Sanctum lineups like this. Sanctum suites, like the one Karen has in her deck. That is the reason Sanctum is my favorite house. I mean, AoE Sanctum is just so good if you get the right cards. Quinn is a signature deck for Karen. Really? Interesting. Well then, that adds an interesting twist to the match. Karen just used Martian Generosity to lose 10 Ember, draw 20 cards. She now has a 25 card hand. I can see why this would be a signature deck. Oh my gosh. Drops the Proliferator, the Resonator, the Collector Worm. Oh, actually, the Proliferator just archived the Martian Generosity to use it again down the road. My word. Plays Destroy Them All to destroy the Safe House, Shoulder Id, and Opportunist. Destroy Them All is such a good card. I'm glad they reprinted that for Winds of Exchange. Mars first to ready and use the Mind Warper, capture one onto the Rad Penny from their own Ember Pool, from their own side. Proliferator Reaps to archive Mars first. Oh my gosh. And Mars first has an Ember bonus too, making it even more ridiculous. Plays another Mars first to ready the Proliferator to archive Destroy Them All, and then deals 7 damage to the Antony from the Red Planet Raygun. That's insane. I can definitely see why this would be a signature deck. This is insanity. Yours truly goes Star Alliance. Do they have the other Antony? No. Both Antonys are gone. Even without the Key Abduction, this deck is still working wonders. I mean, Karen is literally holding her entire deck. What's not on the board is in her hand. Yours truly goes Star Alliance, plays the New Frontiers, ends up archiving the Siren Horn and the Library of Polyosaurus. Plays New Frontiers again, to get the Citizen Tricks and the It's Coming. So that's 6 cards in the archives. There must have been 2 in there to begin with. But I mean, what do you do against this board? Do you have a red alert? Dang, no red alert. It looks like Karen's board is here to stay. There's no Axiom in the Saurian. Obviously, Shadows doesn't have an absolute ton in terms of board control. That's crazy. I mean, yours truly clearly has been generating at least some Ember, you know? And they got 10 going into their first key, but Karen has just managed to stop it. That Resonator stopped it the first time. Looks like the Resonator got taken care of. Dino Alien did that for him. But yeah, Karen gets to forge their second key here. So they have 2.5 keys. And now they just get to wreak havoc with Mars yet again. That's insane. Yep, going Mars, naturally. Picking up the archives, of course. I mean, what else would you do? Gotta go, good luck. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Karen B captures one. From the own side onto the Dino Alien, plays the Mars first to ready and use Mind Warper to do it again. Insanity. Proliferator fights the Explorer. The Lucky Dice. The Lucky Dice are coming in clutch for yours truly. Martian Generosity to draw 10. Throws on the Resonator again with the Proliferator. So Resonator's back. You know, I mean, killing it really didn't do much because, I mean, that efficiency right back into the deck is just insane. Mind Warper captures another one onto the Dino Alien. This Lucky Dice is doing a lot for yours truly at the moment. Never mind. Collector Worm just archived it. Gotta love Collector Worm. Dominator Reaps. Proliferator Reaps. To archive the Martian Generosity. Deals 7 damage to the Explorer. Mars first to ready and use the Proliferator again. To reap. To archive Mars first. To deal 7 damage to the Proliferator. Plays to destroy them all. Hits the Safe House, Explorer, and Red Planet Ray Gun. Reaps with the Mind Worm. And that's it. That's crazy. But does yours truly have an answer? Go soaring with the archives. It's coming. Is Deuceless gonna come in clutch to stop the third key? Citizen steals one. There it is. The Deuceless to capture all 9 of that Ember. However, I feel like yours truly is really just grasping at straws here. They're just doing what they can to stop Karen from their third key, but I don't feel like they're really advancing their own game plan all that much. I mean, because Karen just has that recurring Mars turn that happens over and over. That Resonator is still there, taxing yours truly's key. But I mean, if yours truly had any way to deal with this board, or the Proliferators, or the Nizic Resonator, then they might be able to forge maybe 1 key. No. Not if Karen drops these Doorstep to Heavens. Not with Doorstep to Heaven. Oh my gosh. Free markets for 3. Blinding Light the Saurians. Abad Reaps. Shall Reaps. That's like the ultimate Mars house right there. When you think about it. It's like when you see a Mars house, that's what you want to see. In AoA, at least. You want to see the Proliferators. Oh my gosh, what is... Hold on a minute. Why am I even talking about this? Look at what's happening. Karen plays the Martyr's End. and destroys how many? Like 7 creatures or something? Oh my gosh. Dude. And then the Grey Rider, just to do even more. I'm just sitting here in absolute shock right now at this deck. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I'm just sitting here in stunned silence. I have no words. That deck is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely mind-bendingly, soul-crushingly. I need a proper synonym for amazing. What's a suitable synonym for shockingly amazing? I don't know. I gotta check this. Synonyms for shocking. How about amazing? Synonyms for amazing. Astonishing, astounding, staggering, confounding, sensational, extraordinary, flabbergasting. These are all great words to describe what this deck just did. How this game just went for Karen. Yeah, prodigious. Quinn does Quinn things. I am sitting here confounded, dumbfounded, dazed, dumbstruck, gobsmacked. I'm gobsmacked right now, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm gobsmacked. Staggered. Anyway, that was crazy. Congrats to Karen for sticking in the event here. Yours truly. I believe that's the end of the road for yours truly. Yep. That's it. Alrighty. So what are we looking at here? Don't forget to take a break. Karen is taking a break right now. So it looks like breaks. People can just take breaks whatever. Whenever. I might take one at some point. We'll see what happens. So it looks like in terms of the rounds. Oh man. Ugh. Lorenzo defeated Yolker 3-2. So Lorenzo is moving on to the semifinals. Brobnar and Logan Composer are still going at it to see who will face off against Lorenzo. Dave, what happened there? What happened there? I don't remember. Did we even watch that match? I think we did. No, we saw Dave versus Jazzcore. So Yolker is now in losers round 4. We're awaiting his opponent between Emperor Riku and Dave. And then we got Karen moving on to round 4 of the losers. Wait, no, that's not true. Karen is now in round 3 of the losers against Rolami coming up next. Okay. So we could take a look at Brobnar89 and Logan Composer to see who will be moving on to the semifinals with Lorenzo. See if we can't find that. Wait a minute. Doesn't look like there's anybody even in that game. Wait, what's happening here? Oh. Looks like Brobnar89 won. So congrats to Brobnar89 for making it into the semifinals. Semifinals. Dave versus Emperor Riku. Dave versus Riku. What's poppin' in here? Got some interesting game states happening here. Riku at 11 Ember for their first key. Bizarro David with 4 Ember. 1 key, 4 Ember. Looking for their second eventually. Riku still using their Genka deck. Oh yeah! Rinku with the Genka. Absolutely destroying their previous opponent. So I wonder if Riku will be able to take it all the way with the Genka. They don't have anything in their discard pile at the moment. They do have 1 card archived, 22 cards to draw from. So I wonder what they have in their archives. And how their hand is looking. Because, I mean, 11 Ember, they're going to get to... Wait a minute. Are they not forging right now? Oh, they have the Sting out. Okay. So that's an interesting way to build up Ember for the big Martian Generosity drop into the Genka play, is the Sting. And then there's the Vezima Think Drone to archive the Sting away when you actually want to forge with the Martian or with the Key Abduction. That's so smart. What a cool play. So Riku has 11 Ember, trying to set up their Genka. Because if they can set it up right now, then I think they would just win. I feel like they would just win off of that. Yeah, Riku's thinking. Last time Riku said they were thinking, they then just hit the Genka and won. Dave does have 6 Ember. Yeah. So their keys don't actually cost 8. I mean, technically they do, but they don't actually. He reaped with the Censor Chief Garcia on his last turn, so technically, if he's not taken off the 6 right now, then he would forge. So he's kind of at check for his second key. Alright, here it comes. Riku goes Mars, destroys the Ember Conduction unit because of the Giant Nabil, plays the Mind Worm, plays the Skyburst Squadron, and the Shock Worm, and the Harvester. Reaps with the Think Drone to archive Igor. Oh, okay. Okay. So Dave did end up forging. All 6 of that Ember went over to Riku because of the Sting. So now Riku has 18 Ember, 3 keys worth of Ember. Definitely probably setting up for an OTK with the Genka combo. No one bringing a jar is unfortunate for the rest of us. Yeah, right. Yeah, jar seems to be pretty important. Alright, Dave plays the Cutthroat Research to steal 2, the Hologramophone, the Quantum Finger Trap, plays Babbling Bibliophile, and Eddie to archive a card, putting Riku's keys at 7, himself at 5 Ember, not quite a check for his third key. Yeah, bringing a jar. I think, especially in Alliance, Eaton's jar is going to be super important, but I mean, yeah, even in matchups and Archon tournaments like this, like jar, not bringing jar would be unfortunate. All right, what are we looking at here? Riku goes Logos, destroys the Hologramophone because of the Nabil, picks up the archives, throws on the Helper Bot, the Igor. Interesting. Archimedes, so we're getting a little bit of cycling done here. Oh my goodness. Plays the Dysania. So Dave just lost the card in his archives. What was it? Tintadlin, maybe, it looks like. So he gained 1 off of that. Throws on the Sutterkin. Oh gosh. Look at this board for a second. Can we just take a second to appreciate this board? Reaps with the Archimedes and the Hexbion. He still has a play off of the Helper Bot, if I'm not mistaken. Plays the BDQ. Oh my gosh. This BDQ could last just forever. Especially with this Archimedes out here. Got the BDQ Archimedes combo. So we got the Harmonia and the Igor. Igor's in the archives. Got the Eddie and the Helper Bot into the archives. Babbling Bibliophile and Dysania into the archives. The Comm Officer Kirby and the Hexbion into the archives, along with the top card of the deck and Hexbion. Hits the CXO Tabor and the Bezima Think Drone to put Think Drone in the archives. Hits the CXO Tabor and the Mindworm. Mindworm goes to the archives. Hits the Molefin and the Sky Booster Squadron. Sky Booster Squadron goes into the archives. So Riku now has 8 cards in the archives, clearing off the board. Hits the Naubil and the Shockworm, puts Shockworm in the archives. Archives are now up to 9. A lot of Dave's big threat creatures are off the board now. Garcia is stunned. Hits the walls and the Harvester, puts Harvester in the archives. So pretty much Riku's entire board is now in their archives. Oh my gosh. Riku just went all the way with that. Riku just went all the way with that BDQ. However, Riku still has the Sting out. Oh, that's clutch. Oh, that's clutch. Dave with the stealth mode. Dave with the stealth mode. Spears, Ingram, Sensor Chief. That's huge. Oh, that's absolutely massive. Riku goes Shadows. Do they have any Ember control in the form of creatures? Subtle Maul. The Sting. The Ronnie Wrist Clocks! Discards the Routine Job, the Dust Chronicles, the Whistling Darts. Ronnie Wrist Clocks coming in clutch. What a clutch play. Oh no! Into the second stealth mode. The clutch second stealth mode. Oh my gosh! Stopping the Genka yet again. Bro. I have never seen stealth modes more clutch than that. Oh my gosh. That's a GG. That's a GG. Billy Benetti, the stream has been going insane. The last couple games, this one in particular, have just been absolutely bonkers. From the first clutch stealth mode from Dave into the Ronnie Wrist Clocks from Riku into 2 more stealth modes, stopping the Genka from Dave. Yeah, the stream's been going great. Thanks for stopping in. Wow, and Riku concedes. Dude, those stealth modes, man. They got 1 key, naturally. But those stealth modes stopped the Genka. I thought that maybe Genka could take it all the way, based off the way Riku's deck performed against their previous opponent. I thought that Genka maybe would be pretty solid. But no. Yeah, exactly. Genka denied. Genka denied. Clutch set of tools. Heck yeah. Looks like there was an early punctuated equilibrium at one point. That hurt really bad. If Dave beats me, he may stop Karen's Genka as well. Or Gen, at least. Sheesh. That was a match and a half right there. That was insane. I'm so glad we stopped in to watch that one. Sheesh. Alright, so what are we looking at here? We got Lorenzo versus Brobnar 89 in the semifinals. We gotta watch the semifinals. Let's see if we can find that. Have they started yet? Oh, right here. All right, we got the semifinal match coming up next. Lorenzo 99 versus Brobnar 89. Semifinals for KFPL 5 4th qualifier event. So we'll have the semifinals, and then whoever wins that will end up in the finals. can I get this out here so I can see? Yeah. Wait, hold on a minute. What am I looking at here? Yeah. So semifinals into the finals. And then, so the winner of the losers bracket will show up in the finals against either Lorenzo or Brabner, 89. Currently, with losers round 4 stuff, it looks like in round 4 for losers, it'll be Dave versus Yolker. And then either Gorlami or Karen versus Logan Composer. Alright, so it looks like Brabner 89 is going to take a quick break here. So that might be a good... Let me see what's happening. Dave and I already fought each other, so this is a rematch with different decks. Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny, actually. Kind of funny that you guys are running into each other again. Different decks, too. Wow. Alright, so this might be a good spot for me to take a break as well. Let's see. Yolker and Dave are also taking a break. So yeah, I mean, it looks like we have a number of people taking breaks. Okay, so I think I'll probably take a quick break myself then. Let me look around here just to make sure. Gorlami and Karen, are they in the middle of a match currently? Okay, yeah, it doesn't even look like Gorlami or Karen are in the middle of a match at the moment. So I think I'm going to take a break as well. Have I chosen the names for my personalized decks? I have. Obviously, one of them I went with Aembermedes. The other one I went with my normal name. Then the third one, I was having a hard time like choosing which one I wanted, or like what sort of name I wanted. So after thinking about it a little bit, I just went with Trainer of Floomps, because Floomp is the best KeyForge creature ever created, and I love Floomps. And I wish I could be a trainer of Floomps. I wish I could just live with Floomps in the Untamed Forests and just vibe with them. So I got Aembermedes, my actual name, and then Trainer of Floomps. I don't remember if it was Trainer of Floomps or Tamer of Floomps, but it had something to do with Floomps. What about you? Have you chosen your deck names yet? Probably lost my keys as one of them or something. Alright, so it looks like, actually, Gorlami and Karen are about to start their match to determine who will go up against Logan Composer at the start of round 4, or losers round 4. See, this is the thing, though, is I don't want to get started watching this match and then have the semifinal match start, but we're in the middle of watching this match. So I think we're not going to watch this match. We're just going to wait for the semifinals to start, and then once they do, we'll watch the semifinals. All right, so we're going to take a quick break here whenever these guys come back and are ready to do their match. That's when we will come back. So let me hop in to the match again here real quick. I just keep joining and leaving, joining and leaving, joining. All right, so we'll be back once the semifinals start, and I'll see y'all then. I went with Billy Benetti. Oh, there you go. So you can forever be remembered in the game of KeyForge. There you go. Simple as that. That'll be cool. That'll be really awesome to have a deck with your own name on it. All right, I will be back for the semifinals. Alright guys, we're back. Semi-final match coming up. Semi-final match coming up. Lorenzo, 99 versus Brobnar, 89. We're just waiting on Brobnar, 89 to show up here. Then we will be good to go. Taylor Crypto, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. Glad to have you. Let's see. Looks like Gorlami and Karen are still finishing up their match. Let me see. Yep, looks like they're still going at it. Where's Brobnar 89? Brobnar? Brobnar 89? Where are you? Where are you, Brobnar 89? Hello? Hello? He said he's ready. Lorenzo said the game is up. Why aren't you showing up? Bruh. 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 Pal. Hello? Hello? Well then. Are Yolker and Dave doing their game yet? Oh. Oh, Brobner's looking for it. Apparently he doesn't see it. Dave and Yolker. Oh. Yolker and Dave are going at it too. So we've got Gorlami and Karen finishing up their match to see who will go up against Logan Composer. We have Yolker and Dave to see who will make it to the losers bracket round 5. Or round 5 of the losers bracket. And pretty quick here, we're going to have the semifinals between Lorenzo and Brobnar. Alright, looks like Lorenzo's making a new one. Alrighty. There we go. Now he's here. And we're in. Semi-final match start. Brobnar 89 wielding his triple Stir Engrave, Double Doom, Pale Star, Double Implosion, Mind Fire, Inspector deck. With the triple look over there, tempting offer, Double Benithing. Radpenny, Shadow Council, Punctuated Equilibrium, Triple Savage Clash, Lost in the Woods, Keyfrog, Lorana's Attendant. Some really crazy stuff, lots of triples, lots of consistency in that deck. He starts out with a... Actually, that's somebody else's. No, that's his. He starts out with his Benithing. We got Lorenzo 99 out here, also wielding a Mass Mutation deck, Double Mark of Dis, Break Key, Stir Engrave, Double Techno Fiend, Hystricog, that's interesting, Maleficorn. Drops the Scrivener Fabian with a Shoulder Armor General Salvador. He also has a Vault Keeper and a Dino Knight, Purifier of Souls, Baldric the Bold. The earlier Scrivener Fabian with Shoulder Armor is really nice. Double Skippy Time Hog, that's some mad disruption right there. Discombobulator, the Double Doom puts the Scrivener Fabian back into the hand, discards the Ember Heart at random, plays Stir Engrave to archive the Benithing, and then plays the Snarette. Sloppy Labber, Causal Loop, Eclectic Inquiry, Daughter, Adaptoid, Cronus, some other really good stuff in there. Lorenzo goes Sanctum again. Puts the Scrivener Fabian back down, deals damage from the damage pip onto the Snarette, uses the General Salvador to finish Snarette off, and back over to Brobnar 89. Brob does have the Pale Star down. That's interesting. You gotta love Pale Star. Such a cool card. I have a deck with 2 copies of Pale Star. One of them is enhanced with 2 damage pips, and the other one is enhanced with a damage pip and a capture pip. Brobnar is going Untamed. Throws down the Demo Beast. Plays the Punctuated Equilibrium early. So he lost his Francis, look over there, Dino Fiend, Implosion. Meanwhile, Lorenzo lost Sloppy Labyrinth, Infomorph, Techno Fiend, Essence Scale, Baldric, and Discombobulator. Lorenzo had a really solid Logos turn coming up. that they just lost. Looks like they're going dis now. Also lost in the woods put Salvador and Fabian back into the deck. Stirring Grave to archive the Techno Fiend. Techno Fiend, the Snarret, plays another Techno Fiend, plays the break key for the Ember. So Techno Fiend is the Reap, discard a card from your hand if you do steal one. Or draw a card, I mean. Whoa. Destroyed steal one. Not Reap steal one, holy cow. Brobnar goes Shadows. Look over there. And another look over there. Jeez. And the Mug. Oh, wow, that was a really good turn. Stole 2, got the Ember off the Snarret. Put Brobnar up to 5. Back over to Lorenzo, who has nothing but the damaged Techno Fiend. Lorenzo calling dis, reaping with Techno Fiend to discard the Purifier of Souls. Probably smart play with all these destroyed effects for steal ones that we've got on the board at the moment. And plays on the Hystricog. Still a very tight match. We're on turn 5 and nobody has a key yet. Both of them are about halfway to their first key. Brobnar goes Untamed, plays a Savage Clash. Lorenzo does get to steal 2 off of that. And then the Quicksand to finish the Hystricog. Oh, throws on the Resurgence. To get the Dino Fiend and the Snarret. Dino Fiend. If it would load, hello. Dino Fiend. Ah, okay. Lorenzo goes Logos, throws down the Cronus that has a draw enhancement. Now that's just crazy. When Cronus is enhanced with its own draw for that archive. It's crazy. Skippy Time Hog, okay. Not the most ideal scenario for Skippy to come down. Bob Bookton to hit the Cronus, plays down the Daughter with a whole bunch of enhancements. Holy cow. Look at that Daughter. That's crazy. Went from a Disboard to a Logos board. Drawing extra with the Daughter. Archiving with the Cronus. Calling Dis. The only card at the moment that can't be used is the Pale Star from Skippy Time Hog. Throws on the Dino Fiend. Takes out the Cronus through the Exalt. Plays Snarret. Implosion to hit the Dino Fiend and the Daughter. Good call. I don't remember where I heard this, but I think it was a podcast like Help from Future Self or like Call of Discovery or something, where they said that people tend to let mother and daughter live far longer than they should. I mean, because just that turnover turn of extra efficiency and extra draw is just so advantageous that you just can't let daughter and mother live that long. And I know that's something that I've done, is I tend to let them live for a long time for some reason. I think it's just daughter's elusive is really annoying, and then the fact that mother is 5 power is really annoying. So they can be sort of difficult and just kind of irritating to remove from the board. But I definitely get where they're coming from with that, because yeah, I do feel like daughter and mother get left alive a little longer than they should in a lot of scenarios. Lorenzo goes Sanctum with the Archives. Throws down the Scrivener Fabian again. The Vault Keeper, so his Ember can't be stolen anymore. Zolvador, Bulwark, Gorvanal. How many? And a Dino Knight. Dude, how many creatures does this deck have? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 creatures. That is a lot of creatures. That's also a massive Sanctum board. So it looks like Brobnar will get to Forge here. Brobnar is disconnected. What's going on here? Looks like he just refreshed. Oh. Apparently Brobnar just didn't realize it was his turn. So he thought something froze. Alright, so Brobnar forges. Lorenzo's not threatening check at the moment, so Brobnar can do, hopefully, maybe try and deal with the Sanctum board a little bit. That Scrivener Fabian is going to be a real threat. Gorvanal is a real threat. The Vault Keeper is a real threat. There are 3 Sanctum creatures that really need to be dealt with. Brobnar goes Untamed. Savage Clash, probably. He does have 3 of them. Yep. Savage Clash, leaving the Dino Knight alive. Plays Lodon. Not enough creatures in the discard for Lodon to go off, though. Demo Beast. And Snarret to capture another. Lorenzo has yet to forge. Those Savage Clashes are doing a really good job of keeping Lorenzo's board in check. Oh. Lorenzo with the mark of this, forcing Brobnar back into Untamed. That could be pretty disruptive. It's always been unfortunate to me that cards like Demo Beast have Skirmish, so it's harder to like just fight into a creature to get that destroyed effect. But it dies anyway, alright. Cinder. Maleficorn, Drekker. Which is fine, because now Brobnar doesn't have any untamed creatures to use on this forced untamed turn. Throws down the Attendant, and that's it. That was pretty much an empty turn. Lorenzo does the mark of this on Snarret, forcing Brobnar into this. Reaps with the Drekker to steal one. Cinder into the Snarret. Alright, here we go. Now Lorenzo's popping off a little bit. Reaps with Maleficorn, checking at 10 for their first key. Keys cost 6. Brobnar is forced into this. Plays Brabble with an Ember bonus. That's interesting. Stirring Grave. A lot of his this has been played. Yeah. So Stirring Grave to archive the Dino Fiend. So he has 3 cards in the archives. Lorenzo does get to forge, putting him ahead by just a couple Ember. There's a lot of thinking going on in this match. A lot of contemplation. Contemplate. Lorenzo goes Logos, plays the causal loop to archive a card. Adaptoid. Opposition research. The Skippy Time Hog. Okay, so neither of his Skippy Time Hogs have been like all that effective. The first Skippy Time Hog was only played with the Pale Star on board. Second Skippy, the Pale Star, and Brabble Gloriana's Attendant. And then especially, that's just making it so the opposition research doesn't really do anything. Not only can he not reap, he can't do anything at all. Could you imagine a deck with Corner of the Market and like a Legacy Maverick Skippy Time Hog? So not only can you not play cards, but you also can't use your cards. It's pretty much just a pass turn. And you can still discard for the archive, but that would be insane. That'd be 2 rares though. That'd be the rare Equidon, Corner of the Market, and then a rare Legacy Maverick Skippy Time Hog. That's a little much to ask for, but it'd still be crazy. So Brobnar steals with the Bone Knithing, the Rad Penny, and the Safe Place. Plays the Safe Place, I should say. And now Lorenzo is answering back with an Eclectic Inquiry to put Steal 1 on the Adaptoid. Plays Opposition Research, plays the Bot Buckton. Deals extra damage because of the Maleficorn. Whoa, look at the Sloppy Labwork. A Sloppy Labwork with 2 extra draws. That's wild. This Adaptoid is getting loaded up with Steal 1 effects. Oh, jeez. Causal Loop. There's the big Adaptoid fight. Hit the Rad Penny and stole 3. Brobnar having a board immune to Mark of Dis is big here. Yeah. Yeah, having those small creatures so Mark of Dis is rendered practically useless is really good. So Lorenzo checking for the second key at 8. Keys cost 6. Brobnar is falling behind a little bit at 1 key 2 Ember. Brobnar's picking up the archives, going Shadows, playing Bone Knithing to steal 1. Also, doesn't this Rad Penny have an Ember enhancement? Yeah, that's disgusting. Rad Penny with an Ember. Francis the Economist with a Capture onto the Brabble. Interesting place to put it. Dirty. Yeah, it is dirty. What sort of Ember control does Lorenzo have? Or artifact control? I'm not seeing a whole lot. I'm not seeing any. So it would be safe for Brobnar to put Ember into his safe place. He doesn't have to worry about anything happening to it. Lorenzo does have a pretty annoying board. Yeah, Brobnar was thinking about the tempting offer. What does he put back in hand? The Dino Knight. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like the Drekker, the Maleficorn, the Adaptoid are all really annoying targets. The Pale Star. And Sack of Coins to finish everybody off. Heck yeah. What a great way of destroying a board. Pale Star and a Sack of Coins. The only artifact control Lorenzo has is 2 Skippy Time Hogs. Yeah. To stop him from using them. At least he doesn't really have any way to like remove it from the board entirely. Lorenzo goes Sanctum with a Purifier of Souls, the Salvador. Lieutenant Gorbanal. With the shoulder armor. So interesting, having very well played. Purifier of Souls to nullify the destroyed effect of the Brabble. That's actually pretty huge. Yeah, Purifier versus Brabble and Penny is an oof. A big oof. Or even like KeyFrog, because Brabnar has a KeyFrog in his deck too. Purifier would really hurt that as well. Goes Dis with the Dino Fiend, the Mind Fire to discard the Techno Fiend and steal one. Imp Spectre. This is actually a pretty close game. They both have 2 keys. Lorenzo's just ahead by a couple creatures and a couple Ember. This Purifier of Souls is putting in work right now. This destroyed effect is not doing nothing. This destroyed effect is not doing anything. That's nice. Has Brabnar gone through his KeyFrog yet? Yeah, he must have. Looks like he cycled. Lorenzo goes Dis. Plays the Mark of Dis. Oh. Mean. Both Marks of Dis, in fact. To finish off the Fiend. Or whatever that was. The Dino Fiend. So, does Brabnar have an answer in Dis? Nope. Brabnar concedes. As a Sanctum fan, that deck is doing so many cool things. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm a fellow Sanctum fan. I'm so glad to see Sanctum doing some cool stuff. There was a match earlier where there's a really nice AoE. Oh yeah, I think it was Karen's signature deck that had the crazy AoE Sanctum lineup. And I was so glad to see Sanctum doing some cool stuff. Alright, so that was the semifinal match. Lorenzo coming out on top with the victory. Moving on to the finals. Let's see what we're looking at here. Alrighty, so what are we looking at? Let's refresh. Yeah, Purifier and Vault Keeper, that was the perfect counter to Brabnar's deck. Stopping the stealing, stopping the destroyed effects, of which there were many. Destroyed effects. Okay, so between Lorenzo and Brabnar, Lorenzo is now in the finals. And now, what are we looking at here? Looks like a couple matches have taken place. Looks like Gorlami defeated Karen and is facing down Logan in round 4 of the losers bracket. Yolker and Dave went toe-to-toe in round 4. Dave went 3-0 against Yolker and is now showing up in round 5. So now it's just between Logan and Gorlami to see who will join Dave in the losers finals. And then whoever wins that will go up against Lorenzo in the true finals, in the winners finals. So let's see if we can't find Gorlami and Logan Composer here. Alright, so this is losers round 4 here to see who will show up with Dave in the losers finals. Gorlami piloting his nasty triple Infernus, double Mindfire, double Implosion, Discombobulator, Skippy Time Hog, another Skippy Time Hog, interesting. Some other good, double Pismire, Trimble, Keep Frogler as Attendant, double Song of the Wild with a Ghost Hawk, Punctuated Equilibrium, Lost in the Woods. That's a pretty nasty deck right there. That's a really nice Untamed House. No, Logos isn't half bad either. Logan Composer, piloting Triple Gloriana's Attendant. That is a lot of extra Ember. It looks like this Attendant just gave herself all the Ember that she's supposed to be enhancing. She's just like, I'll take that. Double Fandangle, double Resurgence, Savage Clash, John Cargo, double Kirby, double Garcia, triple Survey for some insane efficiency, some extra Ember scattered around in there. And draw, Eclectic Inquiry, double Positron Bolt, double Infomorph. There's a lot of enhancements in this deck. Crazy. Looks like Logan Composer is in a commanding lead for the most part. 7 Ember to 2, 8 creatures to 1. And that's and yeah, those are those nasty untamed creatures out there. The double Fandangle. Ugh, double Fandangle. Just having to deal with that feels so bad. Does he have the firepower to take it out? There's the Implosion. That should take care of one of them. Look at all these enhancements, though, in this Untamed. The double Ember Attendant, the draw and Fandangle, the Ember and draw on Attendant. These Attendants are actually valuable and putting in work with those enhancements. Unlike how they usually are. So Implosion, yep, destroys the Daughter and the Fandangle, throws down the Infernus, purges Scout and Fandangle to lose 1. Ooh, plays the Grim Reminder. Archives all the logos. Oh my goodness, that is a huge Grim Reminder. Gets the Daughter, Infomorph, Oddclawed, Cronus, and Skippy Timehog. That's insane. That feels good. Plays another Infernus. Purge the Subject Kirby and the Resurgence. Sadly, it doesn't look like there were any... Oh, I guess there was. There was Lost in the Woods. I guess Gorlami chose to give Logan that key. Logan goes Logos. Eclectic Inquiry. Lethologica. Look, oh my gosh. Look at that Lethologica. Double Ember with a draw. That's pretty nice. Plays Positron Bolt and some others. The overall takes care of the Infernuses. Plays a Quixo. Oh man, and all these guys are entering play ready from the Fandangle. Dang. That right there is the power of Fandangle. The danger of Fandangle. Dang. It's not often you get to see Fandangle put in work, because the opponent usually will dedicate everything they have to removing the Fandangle. But if everything they have isn't enough to get rid of it, then this is what happens. Fission Bloom for the Cronus. Archives a card. Archives some extra cards. Actually, that Fission Bloom with the enhancements on that Cronus with the Fission Bloom is really nice. QMEX to draw. And there's a draw icon on the QMEX? Bruh. That's just nasty. What are these enhancements? These enhancements are in all the perfect places. Drops 7, casually just 7 Logos creatures with enhancements and a Discombobulator on the Oddclawed. That board is a threat to be reckoned with. However, Logan Composer does now have 2 keys to Ember. Gorlami is still fighting for that first key. So this Logos board may be just a hair too late. Logan goes Star Alliance, picks up the Archives. They have a hand of 9 now. They have Censor Chief, Explore Over, and Mushroom with the View on the board available to use. And his creatures are still entering play ready because of Fandangle. Play Survey. Oh, actually, no. The Skippy was played, so he's not able to use anything. Right? Yeah. So Logan's not actually able to use anything. Interesting. So that would mean even with these creatures entering play ready, technically I don't think he would be able to use them still. So that's an interesting way of nullifying the Fandangle a little bit. They still enter play ready, but they're not usable. Ooh, Commander Drixgar. Oh man, plays the Blast Shielding. Oh, plays the Universal Translator. John Cargo. Dude, that was some Star Alliance burst right there. And that was without even using any of his other cards. And without Fandangle doing anything. Or like, Fandangle letting them do anything because of Skippy. He gained 8 Ember just by playing out 5 cards. Well, more than that. Like 7 cards. Either way, it was a lot of Ember just by playing stuff. Gotta love Commander Drixgar. Gorlami goes untamed. Pismire with an Ember and a draw. Archives from Cronus. Putting Logan's keys up to 8. There's the third attendant. Trimble. Does he have anything else up his sleeve? Fandangle, a second Pismire. Wait, yeah, second Pismire. And a Ghost Hawk. Holy heck. KeyFrog is down. Punctuated Equilibrium. Holy cow. What was in Logan's hand? Umberbot, Opposition Research, Savage Clash, Eclectic Inquiry, Subject Kirby, Positron Bolt, and Resurgence. Lost in the Woods. Whoa. Gorlami's actually making some plays right now with this Untamed. Oh, that Song of the Wild came just a little bit too late. That was it. But that was it. What a game. Good game to Logan. Absolute blowout victory against Gorlami. Didn't even forge a single key. But still made it very far in the loser's bracket. I mean, that was an impressive loser's bracket run right there. So good games to both of you. And it looks like Logan will be facing down Dave Cordero in losers round 5. Oh, there's the losers final right there. Round 6. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, just a tad late with that crazy board. It was coming down, but it was not in time. Not in time. All right, so next up, we're going to have Logan versus the one and only Dave. Dave came in clutch with some stealth modes against Riku's Genka deck. We did not see the match between Dave and Yulker, but it looks like Dave won 3-0. Dave's Star Alliance is absolutely insane from what we've seen in the losers bracket so far. Look, there's an alliance match going on over here. We're about to go down. All right, so we have Logan versus Dave. Dave dropped a 5-card Star Alliance on me turn 2, and I couldn't recover. Oh, that's sad. That's unfortunate. Dang. And from there, I can only assume that the snowball effect just continued snowballing. That is the worst. Alright, so we're just waiting on them to start their match here. Unless I'm just blind. Oh, here we go. Logan Composer. Okay. Wait, no, that's the game I just left, I think. 3 stealth modes and Punk hurts to start a game with? Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that's just cancerous, man. That is just cancerous. Isn't this the game I just left? I think. I feel like this is the game I just left. Yeah, I was just here. So they have yet to start a new game. Alrighty, so this should be losers semifinals to see who will go up against Brobnar 89 in the losers finals. Then whoever wins that will go up against, who was it again? Lorenzo in the actual finals. Alright, so Logan, once again, piloting his crazy enhancement-filled, obnoxious mass mutation deck. Dave piloting his absolutely cancerous punctuated equilibrium, crazy Worlds Collide Star Alliance, triple stealth mode, solid Logos Worlds Collide deck. MM versus Worlds Collide. Alrighty, let's see how it goes. Starting it off with the Helmsman Spears. You gotta be kidding me. Logan goes untamed with a couple of Glorana's Attendants and a Fandangle. Helmsman Spears is left alive. Sure enough, Dave going Star Alliance. Here it comes. Oh man. Discards pretty much everything that's not Star Alliance out of his hand. Draws 5 cards to play the Kirby. Oh man, here, it's starting already, guys. Chat, it's starting already. Cloaking Dongle on the Kirby. Oh. What does Logan even have to deal with this stuff? The Walls is down. Chaos Portal from the Kirby. There is a Savage Clash, Lost in the Woods. Couple Positron Bolts. Yep, there's one of them. So he has some of it. Opposition Research, Inquiry, Infomorph. Now Dave is the one falling behind on board. It's a good thing though that Positron Bolt was in Logan's hand, or at least near the top of the deck, because if any of that removal was just at the bottom of the deck, Dave would have just been spiraling out of control with that Star Alliance. Dave goes Logos, plays an Eddie to archive. Wild Wormhole into stealth mode? Excuse me? Best Wild Wormhole ever? Attempts the Chaos Portal to no avail. Logan goes Untamed. With the archives. Ooh. Throws down the Xeno Beast. The third attendant. That one is enhanced with 2 Ember, which is just crazy. It's interesting that as much Ember as 3 Gloriana's attendants can enhance is found on Cursed Relic. Cursed Relic, one single Equidon artifact, enhances 6 whole Ember, which is the same amount as 3 entire 1 power Gloriana's attendants. However, Cursed Relic can't be discarded or played except through card abilities. So there's still that trade-off, but it's very interesting. Xenobeast, attendant. Couple reaps. Fandangle fights the Eddie. Discards the Scout. Oh, nice. Dave with the Unsuspecting Prey to take out all 3 attendants. Throws down the Nabil, the Molfin, the Flaxia for 2. Another Unsuspecting Prey. And that's it. Gives Logan the key. Dave checking at 6 for his first key. Logan goes Untamed, plays the Resurgence. The burst from the enhancements on his cards is pretty stellar, like with those attendants and everything. Yep, puts the both Gloriana's attendants back into hand. Looks like Xenobeast might be fighting something. Fights the Flaxia for that fight effect. Whew. Gets those benefits off the attendants again. And Dave goes Starlines. Another stealth mode. Triple stealth mode is just crazy, man. We got Kirby. Alright, here comes some more Starline stuff. The Ingram toward the Kirby. Walls Reaps to put the Cloaking Dongle back in hand. The Cloaking Dongle is placed firmly upon... I guess we don't get to see yet. Information exchange off the Kirby, that's nasty. Cloaking Dongle on the Ingram. This is a tight game. This is a tight game so far. Logan calls Starlines himself. We've got the showdown between Worlds Collide Star Alliance and Mass Mutation Star Alliance. The showdown of the Kirbys, even. From Comm Officer Kirby to Subject Kirby. Subject Kirby plays an Umberbot with a draw. Actually, they both have draws. I'm telling you, man, the enhancements are just wild. Sensor Chief, to increase key cost by +2, plays another Subject Kirby to play a Daughter. Massive board expansion in this Star Alliance turn. Leaves a lot for Dave to deal with. Dave does not have the most board control in the world in this deck, I must say. There is some. The Unnatural Selection, I think, is going to be pretty clutch. Yeah, the Unnatural Selection has not been played yet, so it's still an option. The question is it buried in the bottom 8 cards of Dave's deck, or does he have it in hand? He has it in hand. Plays it on the Star Alliance turn, even. That's huge. Throws down the Tabor, the Melina, the 3rd stealth mode. Will Logan ever get to play any of his action cards? That's the question. Maybe not. At this point. At this rate. So what does Logan do at this point? Logan has like 23 creatures in his deck or something. I'm pretty sure. So I mean, not being able to play action cards for 2 turns in a row is pretty painful. Sensor Chief, Drixscar comes down, discards the survey. So he did make Dave's key pretty expensive at 8 Ember, at the very least. Sadly, Logan was not able to get into check. Being forced to discard the survey prevented that. Tabor Reaps. Yeah, alright, so here's the Star Alliance board. It's back. Back just like it always is. Jaw Goggle to put something. Ingram Reaps to ward herself. Just making things even more of a pain to deal with. And then we have another non-Star Alliance card with Kirby. It's going to be the Hologramophone. And Dave is just bursting right on up to that 3rd key. Logan has the Garcia for now. Well, okay, never mind. Not anymore. Smart fight from Dave to get rid of the Garcia. So what could Logan possibly have access to now at this point? That's both the Garcias gone. There's no Effervescent Principle. Man, nothing he can do. Dave hits the bare minimum of 6 and gets the dub. He can reap out. That Star Alliance board is just nasty, man. That Star Alliance board is nasty. Once it gets out there and warded, that's rough. There's just not much you can do. It was a pretty good final turn. Hit 10 Ember off of it, but just wasn't enough. No Ember control. Alright, so that was the losers semifinals. Dave takes the win, 3-1 against Logan. Pitting Dave against Brobnar89 for the losers finals. Karen says, Brobnar89 is our final unqualified player. Welcome to Season 5 of KFPL. Congratulations, Brobnar89. Congrats on making it into KFPL. Alright, so now before the losers finals starts, I'm gonna go grab some water. My throat's killing me. I'll be right back. Alrighty, here we are. Losers finals coming up. Alrighty. So we've got Brobnar89 versus Dave Cordero for the losers finals. And whoever wins this will get to face down against Lorenzo99 in the grand finals of this 4th qualifier event of KeyForge Premier League Season 5. So let's find the game real quick here. The money's on the line. There's an alliance match happening right there. Winner gets 40% of the pool, and then 60% goes to the league for prizes afterwards. So the grand winner of this whole event here gets 40% of the prize pool. And then there's also the cumulative 250 bucks or the deck prize. So quite an impressive amount of prizing going on here. For the person who gets the most wins in the remaining qualifiers. Alrighty, so here we go with the losers finals. Yes, Smash that like button. We are here in the losers finals of 2-deck Archon Survival 4th qualifier event of KFPL 5. Smash that like button. Forge that like button. Maybe that could be a thing. Forge that like button. Alright, so Dave, with his crazy Worlds Collide deck, against Brobnar, with his, let me see here, I feel like I haven't seen this deck. Double Soul Keeper, Harvest Time, oh, Harvest Time is cool. Mindfire, Gateway, no marks of this, which I feel like has been a staple of the disc suites we've seen so far. Double Diametric Charge, Double Causal Loop, Auto Encoder with a library card, Slappy Lab Work, Daughter, Double Shoulder Id, Double Red Penny, Double Look Over There, and a Johnny Longfingers. That's some really solid steel going on right there. Dave starts off with an Eddy to Archive. Brobnar hits us up with an Auto Encoder, a Daughter, a Causal Loop to Archive, and passes back over. So how many mutants does Brobnar have to go with that Johnny? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 mutants total. Dave with the Unnatural Selection, the Molefin, Gnawbill, Mustic Murmuk, and discards Unsuspecting Prey. We all know that Star Lion Sport is coming. We all know it's coming. We all know it's on the way. What sort of removal does Brobnar have? The Gateway, that's important. The Gleeful Mayhem, the Harvest Time, the Soul Keepers in a sense. The Double Diametric Charge, Standardized Testing, Dark Wave, look over there. So he has some direct damage. He has that Gateway and Standardized Testing. Gleeful Mayhem on the Eddy and the Gnawbill, Snarret, Umbra Fiend, captures one onto the Umbra Fiend, which I've never been one to. It's never seemed ideal to me to capture Ember onto like a fiend that has the Destroyed Steel one effect. Because then instead of stealing one, you're pretty much just taking the Ember that's on that guy and putting it in your pool. So then if you're in a scenario where like the opponent is at check for at 6 Ember or whatever, and then this is your only source of Ember control, but he has an Ember on him, then you fight, but instead of getting to steal one and bring him down to 5, then you just get the one off of him into your pool. Pretty much. But I mean, hey. They've got their reasons, their strategy. Dave throws on the Chaos Portal, steals one with Information Exchange, plays Jargoggle. Brobnar goes Shadows, plays the Vandalize. This Molefin may be a little bit dangerous for Brobnar right now, stealing everything. Looks like Vandalize discarded Tautau Vapors. Yep, so there's a Red Penny dealing damage. Look over there to start chipping away at that Molefin. Yep. Here it comes. The Star Alliance. There's the first stealth mode. And a Walls, and a Garcia, and a Kirby, and a Hologramophone. And so it begins. They are neck and neck, dead even right now. Brobnar goes this. He has a nice disc board that he could utilize here. I wonder what he has in hand. He also has 2 cards in the archives. Soulkeeper on the Infernus, okay. Fights the Kirby, which then blows up the Mustic Murmuk. Snaret fights the Garcia. And the Umber Fiend reaps. Jargoggle and Walls being elusive. Discards the Mindfire. Stealth mode kept him from playing it. Thankfully, Autoencoder is there to save the day. This is why I ranked Autoencoder as #1 artifact in my artifact ranking video. Oh my gosh. Dave with the 2nd stealth mode. And the other Kirby. And the Ingram. Yep, here it comes. Here it is. World's Glad Starlines is here. It's starting. It has started. Yeah, Browner89 says, that is very annoying. Yes, it is. Makes me glad I'm not playing this match. I don't have to deal with all these stealth modes. I can just watch other people suffer through them. Brobnar goes Shadows, plays the Red Penny. At least there's some Ember Control not in action form. Red Penny can help with that a little bit. Throws on the Mutant Cutpurse. Pops the Ward. Oh, the 3rd stealth mode. Jeez, man. There's a Tabor, Walls Reaps. Wards the Tabor. Kirby Reaps. Dude, I feel the pain. I feel Brobnar's pain of having to take 3 stealth modes right in a row like that. That sucks. Ooh, plays Unsuspecting Prey. Puts himself at check at 8 Ember for that first key. Brobnar's still struggling to check for that first key also. Yeah, he also played 3 stealth modes back-to-back against me last game. So annoying. Yeah, that is so frustrating to deal with. Goes Logos with the Archives. Plays the library card with a capture. At the very least, Autoencoder is here to provide some value. You know? At least they're not just all dead cards. They are archiving something. Naturally, goes Star Alliance. Oh my gosh. No way. Bruh. He just remote accessed the library card. So now, not only... oh my gosh. Just what Worlds Collide Star Alliance needed was a library card. Holy cow. Star Alliance is just doing everything right now. Dave says, it's okay, I have a gift for you. What? Tabor? Tabor Reaps? Oh, okay, this is the gift he was talking about. The Punctuate Equilibrium. Oh my gosh. Again, the power of Autoencoder demonstrated. Brobnar now has 10 cards in the archives. Still an absolutely insane turn from Dave, though. Oh my gosh! And stealth mode again! This is 4 turns in a row. 4 turns in a row with no stealth mode. What is this deck, man? What is this Star Alliance? It's one thing to have all these crazy Star Alliance creatures, but it's a whole other thing to have all those stealth modes to go with them. How does Brobnar even respond? Not able to play any action cards, but sitting there with 10 cards in the archives. Goes Shadows and picks up the archives, okay. Ooh, a Miasma Bomb. Hopefully that doesn't also get remote accessed. Discard the Darkwave. So here's something I did not take into account. Was that yes, Brobnar has board control, like the Gateway, the standardized testing. However, they're all action cards. And if you're not allowed to play action cards for 4 turns in a row because of stealth mode, yeah, that board control is not doing much. Dave is locked in with his signature deck. Scary stuff. Oh, this is his signature deck, huh? I can see why. This is crazy. He's getting some fighting done with the Mutant Cut Purse, but I mean, it looks like maybe that wasn't what he meant to do. Dave forges and goes Star Alliance. Oh my, where? Stealth mode number 5. Stealth mode number 5. Has Brobnar even gotten to play this game yet? Did Brobnar actually play this game of KeyForge, or did he just sit there and discard stuff? I think one person got to play this match. The other person didn't. How did Dave ever end up in the loser's bracket with this deck in the first place? Sad that these shoulder-ids can't even fight. So they don't do anything. Oh, right, he did lose with a different deck. Okay, that's right. Well, and this deck was a great choice to bring into the loser's bracket then, as his second option. Boo, so annoying. Brobnar picking up the archives. With a dis. Yeah, so no, losing with the different deck, but this deck coming in clutch for the loser's bracket. I mean, just the fact that this deck is making the ultimate loser's bracket run. So cool. Deck is horrible. He should sell it to me. Yeah. Deck isn't that great. He could probably sell it off. It would be fine. Alright, a little bit of Ember control with the Umber Fiends here. Oh, Infernus. Okay. Brobnar finally starting to check here for this first key. Discards the Mind Fire and the Harvest Time, but it wasn't enough. Wow. Dave with the perfect loser's bracket run. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. That's a signature deck, all right. Yeah, this is like every single game that we've seen where Dave has brought out the Starlines board. The Starlines board has stuck around for like the whole game, and the stealth modes have just absolutely mutilated the opponent. It's insane. Yeah, at least he finally got to purge them on the turn that it matters the least. Wow, that was crazy. So that's that. Dave goes 3-0 against Brobnar. Finally makes it out of the loser's bracket. He made the perfect loser's bracket run. He defeated X-Ray Creator, Drazkor, Emperor Riku, Yolker, Logan, and Brobnar, all to make it to the very top for the finals against Lorenzo. Incredible. Oh, Dave says that he was holding that remote access. He was just waiting for that library card to drop. Yeah, that's crazy. So I wonder how Dave will do against Lorenzo. Lorenzo has not dropped a single game. Lorenzo is currently 4-0 at the moment, having defeated Emperor Riku, yours truly, Yolker, and Brobnar. So I mean, hey, Brobnar only lost to the 2 finalists. So I mean, that's nothing to be sad at or mad at. That's pretty good. Remember that Dave needs to win 2 games in order to win, while Lorenzo only needs 1 win here. Alrighty. So Dave needs 2 wins. Lorenzo needs 1. It is time for the finals. He says he set up a game. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Am I just blind? Ah, there it is. There it is. I think Lorenzo's deck 1 has a lot of good tools here against Dave. Oh, okay. You'll have to see what happens if we get to see his first deck. That'd be cool. All right, guys, we're in. This is it. 23 creatures at speed. Sheesh. We're here. These are the finals. We are in the finals. Dave Cordero versus Lorenzo 99. We've got Dave using his classic Worlds Collide Wild Star Lions. Lorenzo using his Mass Mutation, double Mark of Disc, double Techno Fiend, crazy Mass Mutation stuff, the double Skippy Time Hog, Vault Keeper. On paper, Dave should dominate, but I'm curious. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh wow, starting it off with the turn one Helmsman Spears, got obliterated by the double damage Emberheart. Very interesting. Answers with the Daughter, the Quantum Finger Trap. Lorenzo says, don't have that here. Dave with the Daughter, Quantum Finger Trap, Jargapple Eddie. Those hogs very good versus the Star Lions board. Exactly. The spear was speared. That's what she deserves, honestly. She deserves the spear. Darn Helmsman spears. Swindle thinks, I think the MM has an edge here. Interesting. Alright, alright. I think both these decks are insane. I have no clue what's going to happen. Because at the very least, perhaps the double Skippy Time Hog will be able to neutralize any sort of Star Alliance board that Dave gets out there. You know what I mean? Because he could get that great big Star Alliance board going, but the Skippy will just stop it. And Skippy's not a creature. Or Skippy's not an action, it's a creature. So Skippy can get past the stealth modes. Well, there is the first stealth mode. Of many. Lorenzo will win as always. I thought both of them, the Worlds Collide, will win this. Stake my monies on it. Yolker is confident. Yolker is confident in Dave's Worlds Collide deck here. Dang, alright. Oh my goodness. The Punctuated Equilibrium off the Kirby. For the walls, the Ingram, etc. Lorenzo can't win if he can't Mark of this. Deck is built around, okay. Yolker. Double your KFPL donation if Lorenzo wins this game. Whoa! Whoa! Things are getting real in the chat. Dang. Yeah, with Lorenzo's Marks of Disc getting stopped by the stealth mode over and over. So Dave needs to win 2. Lorenzo only needs to win 1. Dave needs 2 wins here. Lorenzo needs 1. That's oh, Yolker agrees. That's fine. I don't use my money responsibly. I play KeyForge. Whoa. All right, all right. Things are getting interesting in here. Wow. So Yolker doubling his KFPL donation. He's that confident that Dave will win this one. That confident. Staking monies. Staking muns on Lorenzo losing. Dave throws on the Tautau Vapors, Hologramophone, Chaos Portal. Swaps up Cinder and Hystercog. Jargoggle. Oh, plays the CXO Tabor. Interesting. So far, Lorenzo has been keeping Dave's board under control pretty well. Yolker. I've always said Yolker. Maybe it is Jolker. I don't know. Is it Yolker or Jolker? Whichever one it is, I'll say it that way. Dave goes Untamed. Joel? Okay, I'll try to remember and say Jolker then. I don't know why I've always said Yolker. I'll try to remember Jolker. Jolker, okay. Unnatural selection. Nobel. Rustnar discards the Unsuspecting Praise. Going Logos. Destroys the Hologramophone. Plays Inquiry. Cronus with a draw to archive. Causal Loop to archive. Bot Bookton with a damage to the Rustnar. Do I win money now? Oh, here comes the Star Lines. Kirby, Molina. The next stealth mode. Wild Wormhole to play Tintadlin. That Wild Wormhole worked out. Joker is my favorite comic book character. My name is Joel. Nice. There you go. I like comics. I like manga. I don't particularly enjoy American comics that much, but I do love me some manga. I have an entire collection of it. Lorenzo going Sanctum. Destroys the Emberheart with the Nobel. General Salvador. Bulwark. Baldric the Bold. Dino Knight just dropping a Sanctum board right now. Yeah, Nobel is putting in work. Nobel is putting in work right now. Oh, it doesn't look like Lorenzo meant to exalt the Dino Knight. Or maybe he accidentally dealt damage to the Dino Knight. Probably meant to hit the Kirby or something. Yeah, didn't want to shoot myself. Kills the Kirby. Yeah, props to Dave for the good sportsmanship there. Absolutely. Letting him do the manual mode. Very nice. So Lorenzo has a pretty commanding lead. 1 key, 5 Ember, to no keys, 5 Ember. And Lorenzo has the really big Sanctum board. Yolker. Not Yolker, Jolker. I'm so used to saying Yolker now. Jolker, things are not looking good for your bet. But who knows? It could change in an instant. Dave throws down the Harmonia for 1. The Bramble Links. Ooh, the Mustic Murmuk. All of Lorenzo's creatures are so big that Rustnar doesn't really have a target to fight into where he'll survive in order to destroy the Essence Scale. None of his dudes are elusive either. Yeah, he just reaps. And reaps with Tantadlin. So that puts Bizarro Dave at check at 8 Ember. Keys cost 7 for both of them from the Murmuk. Lorenzo's Ember can't be stolen. Mod is coming. Logos. Naubil destroys the Chaos Portal. Throws down the Daughter with a whole bunch of wild enhancements. Cronus Archives. Causal Loop. Oh, the Skippy Time Hog drop. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta love the Skippy Time Hog. So yeah, Dave goes Logos, which he has nothing established board-wise in Logos, so he's thrown down some stuff. The Babbling Bibliophile, the Eddy to Archive, Cutthroat Research. Dave did get to Forge also. So now they both got 1 key. Information Exchange for the Seal. And Lorenzo's keys cost 8. Mustic Murmuk and the Eddy. Stacking it up. Dave needs 2 wins, Lorenzo needs 1. Dave needs 2 wins, Lorenzo needs 1. Oh, Lorenzo going Dis. Throwing out the Mark of Dis. Is this where the tides change, Joker? Is this where it all... Well, I guess it's not really changing. He was already in the lead. But you mentioned the marks of Dis are very important for this deck. And right here, he just got to play one. So can Lorenzo fully dominate this victory? Dave was forced into Logos. Uses Quantum Finger Trap to swap some stuff around. Oh, interesting. Remote access to use the Essence Scale. Hits the Harmonia to use an untamed creature. In this case, Tantadlin to discard the Skippy Time Hog from Lorenzo's Archives. Whoa. Well played. Well played. Throws on the Daughter to finish off the turn. Lorenzo does get to forge his 2nd key. 2 keys, 1 Ember, keys costing 7, to 1 key, 3 Ember, keys costing 7. Lorenzo goes Sanctum to start utilizing this massive board. Plays the Purifier of Souls. Dave says Tantadlin useful for once. Yeah, that move was insane. That Skippy would have been absolutely killer. But Tantadlin was like, no, sir. No, sir. Baldric fights a Tantadlin, gets 2 Ember for it. Oh, the Favian? The Favian on top of all that? And the Salvador? Dealing some damage. The Vault Keeper's still out there. And Mustic Murmuk, keeping Lorenzo off his third key for just one turn more. Dave going Star Alliance. I do feel bad betting against Sanctum. I'm the Sanctum guy. Maybe I deserve to lose. How dare you bet against Sanctum? I'm also a Sanctum guy. I'm offended that you would do such a thing. Alright, so here's the big Star Alliance drop. Okay, this is interesting. So, Dave just dropped a whole bunch of crazy Star Alliance stuff and dropped the stealth mode. So he can't play actions, but Lorenzo has this massive Sanctum board to utilize. And sure enough, he went Sanctum and he's about to utilize it. Discards the Equalize, plays the Ember Heart, and now he can just go to town with this Sanctum. Colin, I think you may be right. It won't be enough. Or what? Yeah, Dave's stuff won't be enough. Lorenzo will take the dub on this one. That's how it's looking. He reaped out. Does Dave have an answer? The Garcia is gone. Mustic Murmuk is still there, but I'm not sure if that's enough. Dave did get to forge his second key. Plays down the stealth mode, the Tabor. He does have a couple Kirby's. The Kirby's might be able to put in work. Play some non-Star Alliance stuff. Walls Reaps to grab the Cloaking Dongle. The Punctuated Equilibrium. Okay. Drew back into the Censor Chief. Throws on the Helms and Spears. So the Censor Chief will put keys up to 9. The Eddy off of the Wild Wormhole. Dang. Dude, Wild Wormhole into the Eddy still wasn't quite enough. That was such an expensive third key, though. 10 Ember for that third key. That was wild. If only Lorenzo was at just a little less Ember. That Wild Wormhole into Eddy would have been crazy. Good games. Incredible final match. And that's all that Lorenzo needed. Was just that one win. That's crazy. What a match. Joker. So sorry. But Dave's Worlds Collide deck did not win. Wow, that was insane. What a final match. It was actually pretty close too. It's actually pretty close. I owe another $10. Dang. What a crippling loss. Well, there we have it. Huge congratulations to the one and only Lorenzo99 for winning the 4th qualifier event of KFPL 5. Very well played. Had a perfect run. Defeated Emperor Rinku, yours truly, Jolker, Brobnar, and the one and only Dave Cordero for the win. Congrats to Lorenzo for the undefeated run today in KFPL 2-deck Survival Archon. Many thanks to all of you for playing. What a great showcase of our fantastic game. And I streamed the heck out of it. I'm so glad I got to stream it. These games were absolutely insane. There were so many cool games in this event. Our next event is a pretty cool one. Our next event is Alliance Archon. Our next qualifier event is Alliance Archon. Oh yeah, it is my pleasure to stream. Thank you guys for stopping in and watching. Super exciting to have you guys here to watch and watch along with me. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so the next qualifier event is Alliance Archon. Grab some house pods, throw them together, make an alliance deck, and compete. Guys, participate in the next qualifier event. We've got some crazy prizing, 40%. At least for this one, it was 40% of the pool. And then the other 60% goes for prizes for the rest of the event. But I mean, If it remains the same, then I mean, insane prizing all around. So be sure to make an alliance deck and get in to the next event and participate. You guys will not be disappointed. It'll be a good time. But I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. Again, congrats to Lorenzo. Great playing to all of you who participated. The games were awesome to watch, and they looked like a lot of fun to play, except when you get hit with stealth mode 5 times in a row. Yeah, I think that'll do it for now. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into the stream. It was great to have you, and I can't wait to see you all again in the next one. See you later.